chapter 2579. Sincerely treating friendship of age. The reaction of Taoist Tianlai was within Lin Moyu's expectations but also beyond them. Taoist Tianlai obviously recognized that this was the essence of ancestral water. Having lived for 1,000,000 years and reached the 9th realm of the Tao, his knowledge was far beyond the imagination of the world. Even if he had never actually seen the essence of ancestral water, he could recognize it at a glance as long as he had heard of it. His shock was similar to what Lin Moyu thought, but the choice he made in the end was beyond Lin Moyu's expectations. Lin Moyu said,
"The essence of ancestral water can help you reach that realm."
Taoist Tianlai nodded gently.
"You are right, but this drop of ancestral water essence is useless to me." "Why?"
Lin Moyu asked curiously. Taoist Tianlai said,
"The essence of ancestral water is connected with luck. This drop of ancestral water essence is yours, and no one else can use it."
Thinking of what Taoist Tianlai said before, if you want to obtain the essence of ancestral water, you must have strong enough luck. The essence of ancestral water is indeed related to luck, but Lin Moyu didn't expect that it is also connected to luck, and only those who obtain it can use it. Taoist Tianlai's eyes flickered, and he seemed a little touched.
"I appreciate your kindness, but this essence of ancestral water is really useless to me."
From being an old Taoist to becoming an elder brother, at this moment, he finally accepted Lin Moyu from the bottom of his heart. Knowing the function of the essence of ancestral water, Lin Moyu was willing to take it out, which was enough to prove his sincerity. Although the two knew each other for a short time, they had become confidants. Sometimes it is so strange that knowing each other for many years may not necessarily make good friends, and some people can become brothers in life and death just by looking at each other. Lin Moyu and Taoist Tianlai were like this. They met briefly, accepted disciples together, treated each other sincerely, and finally became friends regardless of age. After putting away the essence of ancestral water, Taoist Tianlai warned,
"Although no one else can use the essence of ancestral water, you cannot let outsiders know about it. Especially when you are insignificant and have a treasure, some people will be jealous and kill you. The leaders of those great sects and the old monsters in the Holy Land are very selfish. They can do anything for their own interests. It is normal to kill you and take away your luck."
Luck is not static, can be taken away by others, and it can also take away other people's luck. In the origin continent, the higher the level, the more attention is paid to luck. Lin Moyu understood what Taoist Tianlai said.
"I understand. I will not let others know about my essence of ancestral water."
Lin Moyu felt that he had more and more secrets. The 10-colored dragon soul crystal could not be known by others, the essence of ancestral water could not be known by others, and the world tree could not be known by others either. He even thought that the existence of the Shenzhou Ding must not be known to others. In the eyes of Taoist Tianlai, the leaders of the great sects and the old monsters in the Holy Land are not good people. It makes sense. How could these people be good people? Those who can stand firm in the origin continent and reach that level all fought their way out. What's more, besides them, there are also the demons. The demons and humans have always been at odds with each other, and killing the geniuses of the human race is what they are most willing to do. The cultivators in the origin continent are also doomed to fail if they make a mistake. After Lin Moyu put away the essence of ancestral water, he turned his palm and a strange flower appeared in his hand.
"Give this to my brother, maybe it will help him."
The Taoist Tianlai of the Tao 9 realm widened his eyes again. He had never seen the flower in front of him before, but he could feel that this flower was extraordinary and contained a magical history. Even he couldn't see through it. There were too few things in this world that he couldn't see through. Taoist Tianlai felt that he was more shocked than he had been in 1,000,000 years. He couldn't see through the spirit flower, so he could only ask,
"What is this?"
Lin Moyu naturally wouldn't tell anyone about the existence of the world tree. But he wouldn't lie either.
"This is called a spirit flower. It's used to heal injuries. It's said it can heal any injury. Before, Lei Pimpin of the Lei family, her soul injury was healed by me with a spirit flower."
Taoist Tianlai thought for a while.
"I know about Lei Pimpin. Her mother was injured by the corrupted soul beast. Although the Lei family killed the corrupted soul beast, before it died, the corrupted soul beast hid its soul in the fetus. Lei Pumping and the corrupted soul beast became companions. The Lei family went to Leishan several times, hoping to find a way to save her. If it was an acquired injury, there would still be a way to save her. But that girl was born with the corrupted soul beast. There was no way to save her. If the Lei family hadn't found a lot of natural treasures, that girl would have died long ago.
Lin Moyu learned from Taoist Tianlei the reasons why Lei Pengpeng was injured and knew that the thing that hurt her was called the corrupted soul beast, which was a very appropriate name. Taoist Tianlei took the spirit flower from Lin Moyu and sensed it carefully. He could sense the power contained in the spirit flower, but he couldn't see through it.
I didn't expect this flower to heal the soul.
Lin Moyu said,
Brother, why don't you try it?
Taoist Tianlei trusted Lin Moyu, without any doubt, and directly absorbed the spirit flower into his soul world. The spirit flower bloomed in Taoist Tianlei's soul world, and Taoist Tianlei was wrapped. In Lin Moyu's view, a spirit flower appeared outside Taoist Tianlei's remnant soul. The spirit flower bloomed brilliantly, wrapping Taoist Tianlei's soul. Soon, a strong breath rose from the spirit flower, and Taoist Tianlei's soul began to recover with the help of the spirit flower. The sea of thunder churned around, and countless thunders intertwined and exploded, rushing to the sky like waves. About 10 seconds later, the power of the spirit flower was exhausted, and it turned into smoke and dust and completely dissipated. Taoist Tianlei opened his eyes and said slowly,
This flower is really magical, and it has a strong healing effect on soul injuries. Unfortunately, the power in the flower is too weak, and it doesn't work very well on me.
His breath was a little stronger than before, but he still hadn't recovered. And as time goes by, his injuries will still return to their original state.
The injury of the great Tao is really hard to cure.
Lin Moyu sighed in his heart. Taoist Tianlei was too high in realm. The lack of spirit flower power was only one reason. The second reason was that his injury came from the great Tao, and the effect of the spirit flower was greatly weakened. In this case, even if the spirit flower was used a few more times, the result would be useless. However, if the world tree became stronger and the spirit flower became stronger, perhaps the result would be different. Taoist Tianlei looked at Lin Moyu and said,
Don't be disappointed. This matter has been expected. Brother, you should hurry up and practice because I will draw the origin for you.
Lin Moyu nodded slightly. Now it seems that if you want to cure Taoist Tianlei, you can only wait for his realm to rise, the world tree to become stronger, and produce more effective spirit flowers.
Then I'll trouble you, big brother.
Lin Moyu calmed down and began to practice. Taoist Tianlei held the sword and waved it in the air, attracting powerful original power. These original powers had no attributes, and the thunder attribute had been stripped away by Taoist Tianlei. If the original power had substance, it would fall on Lin Moyu like a waterfall. In an instant, all kinds of insights came to his mind. Lin Moyu saw his own avenue, and in the blink of an eye, he was immersed in the avenue and began to wander. 2,580 2,580. ## chapter 2580. Spiritual vein riot, Lei family ancestor. Outside Leishan, Xiaowu repeatedly used the avenue of luck to improve Lin Moyu's fortune. She could sense that Lin Moyu was still alive. At this moment, no one could persuade Xiaowu otherwise. Normally very obedient, she now only believed in her own feelings. Her persistence shocked Lei Zhengying and others. Lu Fengqing arranged a formation around Xiaowu so that no one could disturb her. People outside couldn't see what Xiaowu was doing. Lei Zhengying, Lei Sanxiang, and Lu Fengqing had a tacit understanding and planned to keep the matter of Xiaowu's intervention to themselves. The Lei family and Lu Fengqing had their own plans and would not reveal anything on the surface. Everything had to wait until the end of this trip to Leishan. Once everything was settled, they could sit down and discuss slowly. Lei Zhengying and Lu Fengqing knew what it meant to be a practitioner of the Avenue of Luck. Boom! Lightning exploded, and a roar came from the depths of Leishan. Then the earth shook violently. Many people fell to the ground, unable to react in time. Everyone looked towards the depths of Leishan. Lightning exploded, and countless thunders fell like waterfalls, blasting into the earth. Leishan continued to shake, and countless boulders were blown into the sky and annihilated by lightning. Lei Zhengying's face changed. Lu Fengqing asked,
What happened?
Lei Zhengying shook his head, indicating he didn't know.
I'll go and see.
Countless lightning flashes burst out of his body as he rushed into the sky and flew towards the depths of the mountains. Lei Zhengying was very fast and reached the depths in an instant, but then he retreated even faster. Lei Zhengying did not retreat normally but was forced back. At this moment, Lei Zhengying looked a little embarrassed, with traces of lightning burns on his body. As a member of the Lei family, he controlled lightning, but at this moment he was injured by lightning, which was puzzling. Lei Sanxiang was shocked.
Brother, are you okay?
Lei Zhengying shook his head.
No problem.
The lightning flashes on his body flowed like water, erasing the embarrassment. Lei Zhengying just said,
I don't know why, but the origin spiritual vein rioted, attracting thousands of thunders, and even I can't get close.
Lei Sanxiang said,
How could the origin spiritual vein riot? Could it be?
He showed shock in his eyes and suddenly thought of Lin Moyu. Although they all thought that Lin Moyu was dead, Xiaowu had always insisted that Lin Moyu was still alive, and they were all a little shaken. In addition, the sudden riot of the origin spiritual vein couldn't help but make people think. Lei Zhengying said,
If little friend Lin is really still alive, it would be a miracle.
The origin spiritual vein rioted, and not to mention Lin Moyu, even he would find it difficult to survive in it. Looking at the Lei family, only their ancestor could escape unscathed in this situation. If Lin Moyu is still alive now, it would be nothing short of a miracle. Lei Sanxiang said,
Brother, the spiritual vein rioted for no reason. Do you think we should notify the ancestor?
Lei Zhengying said,
The ancestor is in seclusion and cannot be disturbed easily, but...
He hesitated. The ancestor of the Lei family cannot be disturbed easily, but it does not mean that he cannot be disturbed at all. Lei Sanxiang said,
The spiritual vein is related to the foundation of our Lei family. For the sake of safety, I think it is better to tell the ancestor.
Boom! 10,000 thunders fell again, and the whole Leishan mountain was shaking, as if the sky was collapsing and the earth was about to collapse. Lei Zhengying said in a deep voice,
Okay then.
He took out a communication jade token and informed the Lei family ancestor who was in retreat.
I have told the ancestor. I wonder if the ancestor will respond.
The Lei family ancestor was in retreat, and they didn't know whether he could see the message. All they could do now was wait. The thunder from far away continued to fall, becoming stronger and stronger, turning into countless waterfalls, like the sky falling. The terrible power swept out from the depths of Leishan Mountain, and even the square where Lei Zhengying was located was affected. Lei Zhengying raised his leg and stomped, and the formation rose to cover the square and block the thunder. Gu Nianhai, who had not appeared for a long time, suddenly came over. Lu Fengqing moved his body and stopped him halfway.
Old man, what are you doing here?
Gu Nianhai snorted coldly.
It's none of your business, you lunatic. Forget it.
Lu Fengqing stopped Gu Nianhai because he didn't want him to know the situation in the garden. Although Xiaowu was in the formation, Gu Nianhai was a Taoist master. If he got too close, he would discover her. Lei Zhengying also came over.
Is there anything you need, Taoist friend Gu?
Gu Nianhai still maintained due respect for Lei Zhengying, the head of the Lei family. After all, Lei Zhengying's cultivation level was higher than his, and his fists were stronger. His identity as an elder of the Holy Land was not very useful in front of the head of the Lei family. Gu Nianhai said,
I just want to ask what happened.
Lei Zhengying said,
For some reason, the origin spiritual vein suddenly rioted. I have notified the ancestor of my family.
Gu Nianhai frowned.
The spiritual vein rioted, so will the children of our Holy Land be in danger?
What he was really worried about was Gu Nianshui's safety. Lei Zhengying said,
No, they are still some distance away from the spiritual vein, and there will be no danger. Dao's friend Gu, don't worry, my daughter is also among them.
Gu Nianhai was relieved.
If that's the case, it's the best.
He turned around and went back. With Lu Fengqing, the madman, around, he didn't want to stay any longer. As soon as he returned to the sedan chair, a terrifying aura rose from afar. The terrifying pressure swept over, making Gu Nianhai feel uncomfortable. Then, he saw a giant made of thunder appear in the distance, with wings shaking behind the giant, and thunder coming through the building rapidly. Gu Nianhai's mouth twitched.
The ancestor of the Lei family, who has integrated the avenue and evolved his true body, has actually reached this point. We must report this to the Holy Lord.
The power of the ancestor of the Lei family exceeded his imagination and was much stronger than expected. If this continues, the Lei family may pose a threat to the Holy Land. Lei Zhengying and Lei Sanxiang saw the giant thunder with wings at the same time, and their eyes showed excitement.
The ancestor is here. The ancestor's strength has improved again.
The children of the Lei family knelt on the ground one after another, shouting,
Ancestor!
The ancestor of the Lei family evolved into a true body of the great Tao, rushed into the depths of Leishan, and disappeared in the ministers of thunder. The appearance of the ancestor of the Lei family was like a stimulant, making every child of the Lei family present extremely excited. Only Gu Nianhai had a gloomy face. The strength of the Lei family was not a good thing for the Hanshui Holy Land. There is no room for two tigers on one mountain. In his opinion, there will be a battle between the Holy Land and the Lei family. The ancestor of the Lei family evolved into a true body of the great Tao, rushed into the depths with thousands of thunders, and he could feel that the origin of the spiritual vein was indeed rioting. After carefully sensing it, his face became solemn.
The source of the spiritual vein riot is not here, but inside.
He flew deeper where Taoist Tianlei was. He knew that above the Lei family's original spiritual vein, there was another stronger and larger spiritual vein. That was the source of the entire Leishan spiritual vein, and the Lei family's spiritual vein was derived from that spiritual vein. At the same time, he also knew that there was an extremely powerful existence there. This was the biggest secret of the Lei family, and only he knew it. 2581 2581 ## chapter 2581. Just call me brother. The Lei family patriarch flew to the depths of Thunder Mountain, breaking through an invisible barrier to enter the core area of Thunder Mountain. The spiritual veins here were turbulent, more violently than ever. There was no thunder falling. Instead, the thunder had turned into a sea of thunder. The Lei family patriarch did not dare to touch the sea of thunder, knowing it was a forbidden area. He said loudly,
Senior Lei Ming greets you.
He used his Tao to project his voice, which resonated through the thunder and echoed across the world. He called repeatedly, one after another. A moment later, the voice of Taoist Tianlei sounded from the sea of thunder.
What's the matter?
In the sea of thunder, the shadow of Taoist Tianlei rose. It was just a shadow, but it brought terrible pressure, making the Lei family patriarch breathless and almost unable to maintain the true body of the Tao. The ancestor of the Lei family realized the vast gap between him and Taoist Tianlei. Even though he had comprehended the true body of the great Tao, he was still as weak as an ant in the eyes of the other party. Lei Yiming, the ancestor of the Lei family, said respectfully,
I have met the senior. How are you?
Taoist Tianlei looked serious and unhappy.
If you have something to say, just say it.
Lei Yiming knew the temper of Taoist Tianlei and was neither angry nor dared to be angry. His tone remained respectful.
Junior saw the origin of the spiritual vein riot, so I came to see it.
Taoist Tianlei said,
The spiritual vein riot was caused by me, so there is no need to make a fuss.
Lei Yiming breathed a sigh of relief.
Since it was done by the senior, then it's okay.
This powerful senior wanted to do something, and he had no way to control it, nor did he dare to control it. It was already very good to be able to get an answer. Lei Yiming said respectfully,
"I'll take my leave now."
Just as he was about to leave, Taoist Tianlei suddenly said,
"Wait a minute."
Lei Yiming stopped immediately.
"What do you want, Senior?"
Two shadows appeared beside Taoist Tianlei. One was Lin Moyu, who was practicing with his eyes closed, and the other was Xiaoya, who was practicing boxing.
"His name is Lin Moyu, and he is my brother. Her name is Xiaoya, and she is my disciple."
Taoist Tianlei introduced the identities of the two people and didn't say much else. Lei Yiming was a smart man, and he immediately understood what Taoist Tianlei meant.
Junior understands. From now on, they are the most distinguished guests of my Lei family. No one dares to touch them in my Lei family's territory.
Taoist Tianlei nodded.
Okay, you have just realized the true body of the Great Tao. After you have stabilized for a period of time, come here to practice for a while. I will teach you something.
Lei Yiming was overjoyed and almost knelt on the spot.
Thank you, Senior.
Taoist Tianlei waved his hand.
Let's go. Junior bids farewell.
Lei Yiming was very obedient and turned around to leave immediately. The ancestor of the Lei family, who was dignified and adamant in front of others, was as obedient as a quail in front of Taoist Tianlei. This is the change caused by strength. No matter who you are, if you are not as strong as others, you can only obey. The ancestor of the Lei family asked him to do things, and at the same time he would give sweet things to make the ancestor of the Lei family willing. The spiritual vein riot was caused by Taoist Tianlei's arousing the power of the spiritual vein. It would cause some damage to the spiritual vein, but for Lin Moyu it was a great benefit. Under the infusion of the power of the origin at all costs, countless great insights were stuffed in. Lin Moyu didn't even need to feel anything. He could directly understand the countless mysteries of the great Tao. His cultivation level was also improving rapidly, and he was improving all three of the great Taos. These 10 days were equivalent to hundreds of years of hard practice. Lin Moyu experienced again what it meant to upgrade like a rocket. Lei Yiming returned from the depths of Leishan Mountain, bringing the great Tao's true body, and came to the square. He put away his true body and revealed his true face. Lei Yiming looked like a middle-aged man, not much older than Lei Zhangying, with lightning all over his body, and he looked like a bolt of lightning. Lei Zhangying and Lei Sanxiang came to Lei Yiming and saluted respectfully.
Meet the ancestor.
Lei Yiming waved his hand.
You are the head of the family. You don't have to do this.
The head of the family should act like the head of the family. Lei Zhangying is the face of the Lei family. No matter who he faces outside, he will not be polite. Lei Zhangying understood this truth.
Ancestor, do you know what happened in the depths of Leishan Mountain?
Lei Yiming said,
Nothing. The spiritual veins are a little turbulent, and they will recover in a few days. Don't worry.
Hearing Lei Yiming say this, Lei Zhangying and Lei Sanxiang both breathed a sigh of relief. Lei Yiming is the stabilizing force of the Lei family, and his words will not be wrong. Lei Zhangying said,
I'm sorry to disturb the ancestors' retreat this time.
Lei Yiming said,
It's okay. I just finished my training and came out of retreat to see the current situation of my Lei family. It just happened that Leishan Mountain was opened, so let's see how the younger generation of my Lei family is doing this time.
Lei Yiming obviously didn't leave and was ready to wait here. Naturally, no one dared to oppose his decision, and Lei Zhangying wished it would be so. With Lei Yiming here, there is no need to worry about any trouble. Lei Yiming's eyes swept across the whole scene and finally fell on Xiaowu. Xiaowu was in the formation and it could block Gun Yanhai, but it could not block Lei Yiming. Lei Yiming not only saw Xiaowu but also saw the avenue of luck on Xiaowu. His eyes fixed.
What's going on?
Lei Zhangying immediately reported everything, and Lei Yiming's eyes turned and he immediately figured it out. Lei Yiming whispered,
Protect her.
Lei Zhangying nodded immediately.
Don't worry, ancestor. Miss Xiaowu is in my Lei family. Nothing will happen.
Practicing without rest, 30 days passed in a blink of an eye, and the opening of Leishan this time also came to an end. The spiritual veins deep in Leishan calmed down a day ago and no longer rioted. It was as if nothing had happened. With the Lei family's order, the formation was running, and those who were sent into Leishan were teleported back one by one. There were many people going in, and the formation teleported one by one, and it would take some time to send them all back. There was no danger in Leishan, and everyone was safe. Lei Yiming squinted his eyes and looked at everyone who came out. Lei Zhengying looked at him strangely and thought to himself,
Is the ancestor looking for someone?
Suddenly, Lei Yiming found the person he was looking for.
Please bring this girl over.
Lei Zhengying immediately responded.
Yes, sir.
The person Lei Yiming pointed to was Xiaoye. Xiaoye had just been teleported out and was still confused. Lei Zhengying walked quickly to Xiaoye.
Miss Xiaoye, please come over.
Xiaoye knew Lei Zhengying, she said.
Oh.
In a daze and followed Lei Zhengying. She walked and looked around, but did not see Lin Moyu.
Strange, where did the master go?
Xiaoye did not know where Lin Moyu was. She just thought Lin Moyu had something to do and left. Lei Zhengying brought Xiaoye to Lei Yiming and was about to introduce her. But Lei Yiming took the initiative to speak.
You are Miss Xiaoye, right?
Xiaoye instinctively nodded.
Yes, senior.
Lei Yiming waved his hand and said,
Miss Xiaoye, you don't need to call me senior, just call me brother. Ah?
Lei Zhengying, Lei Sanxiang, and Lu Fengqing were all stunned. If Xiaoye called Lei Yiming
Big brother,
wouldn't Lin Moyu become Lei Yiming's senior? They all became Lin Moyu's juniors and even Xiaoye's juniors. Xiaoye was obviously a little overwhelmed, not knowing whether to call him or not.
Xiaoye.
In a panic, Lin Moyu's voice sounded like a heavenly sound in Xiaoye's ears.
Master.
Xiaoye ran over with cheers as if she saw a savior and suddenly shrank behind Lin Moyu and hid. 2582 2582. ## chapter 2582. Anyone who dares to touch you will become Lei's enemy. Xiaoye hid behind Lin Moyu, poking her head out to look at Lei Yiming. This old senior was so intimidating, and he actually asked her to call him
Big brother.
Given his appearance, she should be calling him
Uncle.
With a sound like glass breaking, Xiaowu suddenly broke through the formation and rushed out, crashing into Lin Moyu's arms like a storm. She clung to Lin Moyu, wrapping her arms and legs tightly around him as if she wanted to merge into his body.
Woo, master, you are finally back.
The sound of crying filled the air, followed by a wet sensation. Xiaowu's tears fell like rain, hitting Lin Moyu's face with a heavy thud. These were the tears of a heavenly venerable. Each drop was heavy enough to kill someone in the other shore realm. Lin Moyu knew what was going on and patted Xiaowu on the back.
Don't worry, I'm not seriously injured.
Xiaowu cried and sobbed.
Xiaowu knew master would be fine, but Xiaowu was worried and scared.
Lin Moyu comforted her.
I'm back now, don't worry. Xiaowu has worked hard these days.
Xiaowu whispered.
It's not hard at all.
These days, Xiaowu had been using the avenue of luck, constantly consuming her power. How could it not be hard? Now, Xiaowu's breath was weak and almost overdrawn. Lin Moyu understood Xiaowu's efforts, and the power of life flowed into Xiaowu's body, helping her recover. The power of life flowed like water, and Xiaowu's body emitted white light, exuding vitality. After a while, Xiaowu fell asleep in Lin Moyu's arms. Xiaoye felt strange on the side. She didn't know what had happened, but Xiaoye knew that something significant must have occurred. Otherwise, it wouldn't be like this. She didn't ask, even if she wanted to, now wasn't the time. Xiaoye also noticed the expressions of others. Lei Zhengying, Lei Sanxiang, and Lu Fengqing all looked at Lin Moyu as if they had seen a ghost. Only the strange uncle, Lei Yiming, seemed relatively normal. Lu Fengqing came to Lin Moyu and shouted exaggeratedly,
How are you still alive?
His voice was very loud, and Lin Moyu frowned.
Senior, please keep your voice down. Xiao just fell asleep.
Lu Fengqing immediately lowered his voice.
How are you still alive? Not only alive, but your cultivation has improved so much.
Lin Moyu smiled and said,
Junior was just lucky and survived by chance.
Although Lin Moyu was still a low-level Tianzuan, he had made significant progress compared to before. Every step forward in the Tianzuan realm requires a lot of time, comprehension, and opportunity. The speed of cultivation is very slow, often taking tens of millions of years. Things like Lin Moyu's sudden improvement in cultivation are impossible unless he encounters a great opportunity. Lei Zhengying and Lei Sanxiang looked at each other, and they also felt that Lin Moyu had received a great opportunity from the depths of Lei Shan. Under normal circumstances, it is impossible to improve so much without 1,000 or 800 years. Only Lei Yiming knew the situation. He took a step forward and blocked Lu Fengqing, interrupting his next words. Lei Yiming introduced himself to Lin Moyu.
Old man Lei Yiming.
Lin Moyu immediately bowed.
Junior Lin Moyu, greetings, senior.
He had heard from Taoist Tianlei before that the ancestor of the Lei family was called Lei Yiming. Lin Moyu was also slightly surprised that the ancestor of the Lei family would come here. Lei Yiming was very generous.
Don't talk about seniors or juniors. Lei and fellow Taoist Lin hit it off right away. If you don't mind, just call me Brother Lei.
Lin Moyu had already become a close friend of Taoist Tianlei, calling him brother. He was immune to this.
Senior, this is not good.
Lei Yiming waved his hand.
What's good or bad? You are worried about Xingying and Sanxiang. It doesn't matter. We can talk about our own things.
No one knew Lei Yiming's true thoughts. Taoist Tianlei just told him Lin Moyu's name and said nothing else. Lei Yiming naturally knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to tell others that Lin Moyu was his brother, Lei Yiming, and whoever dared to touch Lin Moyu would be his enemy. He had thought too simply before. If he was of the same generation as Xiaoye, he would have to be Lin Moyu's junior. It would be more reasonable to call Lin Moyu brothers. As for Taoist Tianlei, he decided to talk about his own things. I think Taoist Tianlei would not blame him. While talking, Lei Yiming tried his best to show a kind smile and did not forget to look at Xiaoye, which scared her into shrinking her head back. His words made Lei Zhengying and Lei Sanxiang stand there in disbelief. They couldn't understand what Lei Yiming said to Xiaoye before. Now he said this to Lin Moyu again. What exactly did their ancestor want to do? Was he crazy? But they didn't dare to question it. As children of the Lei family, the words of the ancestor could not be questioned. In the eyes of Lei Yiming, Lin Moyu was quite helpless and could only call him Brother Lei. Lei Yiming laughed. Okay, you are my brother from now on. Whoever dares to touch you will be my enemy.
These 2 tokens are given to you. Whoever dares to touch you, just take out the tokens and Lei will come out.
As he said this, he took out 2 tokens and stuffed them into Lin Moyu's hands. The tokens were made of high-level origin crystals with the word
Lei
engraved on one side and
E
on the other. Lin Moyu could feel that the token contained Lei Yiming's will. As long as the token was activated, Lei Yiming could use this will to condense the Daozuan clone. When the Daozuan reached a certain level, he could clone himself into millions of clones. Turning the clones into magic weapons and leaving them to the descendants was also a means of protection. Lei Yiming gave 2 tokens, one for Lin Moyu and the other for Xiaoye. Lin Moyu did not refuse and accepted them calmly. Lei Zhengying and Lei Sanxiang were even more shocked. They knew what Lei Yiming's token meant. In the Lei family, this token is called the Lei Zuling. Among the children of each generation of the Lei family, only the most outstanding one can get it. Lei Zhengying got one back then, but Lei Sanxiang did not. Unexpectedly, Lei Ming now has 2. Lei Zhengying even suspected that Lin Moyu might be his ancestor's illegitimate son. This treatment was too good. Lu Fengqing also trembled all over and said to himself,
Is the Lei family ancestor crazy?
In his opinion, the Lei family ancestor's behavior was crazier than his own. But he didn't dare to say it. No matter what, he didn't dare to offend the Lei family ancestor. Boom! Lightning flashed, and Lei Pengpeng appeared in the square covered with lightning. Lei Pengpeng put away the lightning, glanced around, and immediately ran over happily.
Father, third uncle, I'm back.
Lei Zhengying smiled.
I'm glad you're back.
Lei Yiming looked at Lei Pengpeng.
Your injury is indeed healed.
Lei Zhengying said.
Thanks to fellow Taoist Lin, Pengpeng is safe and sound.
Lei Pengpeng ran up and saw Lei Yiming.
Hey, ancestor, you are here too.
Lei Yiming also liked Pengpeng, the girl.
The little girl has gained a lot.
This time, Lei Pengpeng has gained a lot, and her realm has entered the realm of true gods. The large amount of natural materials and treasures she has eaten for so many years finally came into play. In the next period of time, Lei Pengpeng's cultivation will increase rapidly. Lei Pengpeng laughed and said,
Of course, I'm a genius. Grandpa, I want to play with Xiaoye for a while. Is that okay?
Lin Moyu knew that Xiaoye was not comfortable here and smiled.
Go play with Pengpeng.
The two immediately held hands and went to the side to talk in private. 2583 2583. Hashtag chapter 2583. Yin family, Yin and Yang people. After Xiaoye and Lei Pengpeng left, Lei Yiming said,
You all leave for a while. I want to talk to Brother Lin alone.
Lei Zhengying and Lei Sanxiang left without hesitation. Lu Fengqing also tactfully stepped back. An invisible force enveloped the two, isolating them from the outside world. Lei Yiming said,
Brother Lin, are you wondering why I want to be on good terms with you?
Lin Moyu nodded.
It's true that I'm a little confused, but as a senior, you must have your reasons.
Lei Yiming said,
I'm a straightforward person who practices the Thunder Tao. I don't like to beat around the bush. I'm on good terms with you and gave you the Lei Ancestor token for several reasons. First, you saved Pengpeng. Pengpeng is my great-granddaughter, a blood relative. You are her savior, so I naturally have to thank you. Second, I have a good impression of you. Don't disbelieve it. From the first time I saw you, I felt a good impression. The third reason is because of Senior Tianlei.
As he spoke, he glanced towards the depths of the Leishan Mountains. Lin Moyu suddenly realized that the third reason was the biggest reason. It turned out to be the order of Taoist Tianlei. No wonder Yiming was so abnormal. Lin Moyu asked,
What did Brother Tianlei say to you?
Lei Yiming said,
Nothing much. Senior Tianlei just told me that you are his brother and Miss Xiaoye is his disciple. Originally, I wanted to be friends with Miss Xiaoye, but I think it's better to be friends with you. I don't think the senior will blame me.
Lin Moyu laughed. It was indeed as he said. Other reasons were secondary. Taoist Tianlei was the foundation. It seems that he still benefited from Taoist Tianlei, but it's good this way. With the Lei family as a backer, it will be easier for him to settle down in the origin continent. Before he has enough strength, it is also a good idea to raise a big flag and find a backer. What's more, this backer will not ask you to do anything but will only do things for you. Where can you find such a good thing? After Lei Yiming finished speaking, he explained,
Brother Lin, don't think that I did this only for Senior Tianlei. The other two reasons are also very important. If you didn't meet my expectations, I wouldn't do my best.
It would be better if he didn't explain. Once he explained, it felt like he was trying to cover up something. However, Lin Moyu's heart was as clear as a mirror, and he knew it very well. No matter where you are, everything is done for profit. Especially for an ancestor like Lei Yiming, he has to consider the Lei family and think twice before doing anything. The Lei family is his backer, and he also wants to find Taoist Tianlei as his backer. In the final analysis, one's own strength is the most important. After a discussion, Lin Moyu had a general understanding of Lei Yiming's personality and temper. People who practice the Thunder Tao actually don't have too many scheming thoughts and are more straightforward. Lin Moyu also likes to deal with such people and is straightforward. The sound of thunder continued to rumble, and people kept teleporting out of Leishan. Suddenly someone roared,
It's you! You stole my boxing gloves!
The aura of the godly realm rose, and the young man of the Yin family rushed towards Xiaoye with strong murderous intent. Xiaoye was talking to Xiaowu at this time, wearing the Xuanguang boxing gloves on her hands, gesturing something. Suddenly someone rushed towards her, and Xiaoye, who had no combat experience, exclaimed and punched out instinctively. The light of the Xuanguang boxing gloves flowed, and an attack was launched, and the young man of the Yin family was immediately repelled. If the Xuanguang boxing gloves are fully launched, they can exert the attack of the heavenly realm. But Xiaoye used it officially for the first time, and in a hurry the power of this punch was less than 1/10,000th, only at the godly realm level. The young man of the Yin family was shocked and flew into the air, standing in the air, with precious light flowing on his body, and the killing intent continued to rise.
You dared to resist? This young master will kill you now.
As he said this, he rushed towards Xiaoye again, with a stronger momentum than before, far beyond the godly realm. He also had a magic weapon similar to the Xuanguang boxing gloves, which could be used to exert power far beyond the godly realm.
Stop! Stop! Who dares to take action in the land of the Lei family?
The angry shouts rang out, and the Lei family wanted to stop it, but it was still a step too late. Lei Pingping shouted angrily.
Get out!
As she said that, she took a step forward and blocked Xiaoye, with precious light flowing on her body, and a sword appeared in her hand. The sword was inlaid with 5 origin crystals, and the origin crystals glowed at the same time, and the Lei Xianxian sword was swung out. The brilliant sword energy swept up, with strong thunder in it. The young man of the Yin family was immediately blown away by the sword energy, and the whole person flew uncontrollably into the air, then fell heavily. His whole body was wrapped in lightning, and he could not move for a while. Lei Pengpeng held the sword, like a female war god, staring at the young man of the Yin family with sharp eyes.
Yin Yang, what do you want to do?
Xiaoye couldn't help laughing when she heard the name.
What a strange name.
Lei Pingping snorted coldly.
His surname is Yin, and his name is Yin Mingyang, but I like to call him Yin Yang.
Being in Leiqing together, Lei Pengpeng naturally knew Yin Yang. Xiaoye said,
Oh?
She knew from the other party's first sentence that he was a Yin family member, and her Xuanguang boxing gloves were snatched from him at the auction. The Lei family members came over one by one and stood in front of Lei Pengpeng. This is the territory of the Lei family. Even if they are Yin family members, they can't break the rules here. Lei Zhangying and Lei Sanxiang came side by side. Their faces were not good. Breaking the rules on the Lei family's territory, even if it was the Yin family, would have to pay the price. As for the reason, it was not important. No matter what the reason, you cannot act here. Lei Yiming and Lin Moyu also noticed the situation and walked over together. Xiaowu hung on Lin Moyu, and Lin Moyu looked a little strange. But no one dared to laugh. Lin Moyu was standing side by side with their own ancestor, who dared to laugh. Seeing Yin Mingyang, who could not get up, Lin Moyu roughly guessed the cause and effect of the matter.
At the auction, I snatched a magic weapon that he had taken a fancy to, but I didn't expect him to hold a grudge.
Lin Moyu was not worried about Xiaoye's safety at all. Now Xiaoye is a complete little hedgehog. Even if the Yin family's Taoist master took action, he might not be able to move the young lady. Lei Yiming looked at Yin Mingyang with a bad look, and his voice was low.
Who else from the Yin family came this time?
The Lei family manager immediately said,
To reply to the ancestor, there is also the current eldest master of the Yin family, Yin Mingzong. Where are they? Just teleported out.
As soon as the words fell, a man came running over. It was Yin Mingyang's elder brother, the middle-aged man he had seen at the auction that day. Yin Mingzong was much younger than the last time at the auction. He was a supreme before, but now after the trip to Leishan, he has broken through to the heavenly venerable realm. The quota for the core area that the Yin family had bid for was given to Yin Mingzong. Yin Mingzong came to Yin Mingyang, helped him up, and at the same time used the power of the heavenly venerable to eliminate the lightning on his body. As soon as Yin Mingyang recovered, he immediately shouted,
Brother, it was this dead girl who stole my Xuanguang boxing gloves. Shut up!
Yin Mingzong shouted angrily, and at the same time slapped him in the face. 2584 2584. Hashtag chapter 2584. The flexible Yin Mingzong. Yin Mingyang was stunned by his elder brother's slap, but Yin Mingzong didn't have time to pay attention to him at that moment. Seeing the Shuangguang boxing gloves on Xiaoya's hands, the angry Lei Pengpeng, and the lightning on Yin Mingyang's body, he quickly guessed the cause and effect of the situation. He saluted everyone and apologized.
My brother did something wrong. I apologize on his behalf. The Yin family will make amends. I hope the seniors of the Lei family will be generous and not bother with the juniors.
He put his attitude very low and admitted his mistakes directly without a word of nonsense. In this way, it was difficult for the Lei family to blame him further. Before the auction, Lin Moyu felt that Yin Mingzong was very cunning, several times smarter than his brother. Now it seemed that he was not only cunning but also very smart, knowing how to judge the situation and bend and stretch as needed. Lu Fengqing said,
Your Yin family is really rich. You just took out a huge fortune, and now you are bleeding again. But with such a spendthrift in the Yin family, no matter how much wealth you have, it will be squandered. The hard work of the Yin family's ancestors is all for naught.
Lu Fengqing's words were extremely sarcastic, but he was a Taoist master and also the Taoist master of the Lufeng Chamber of Commerce. The Yin family couldn't afford to offend him. Yin Mingzong looked at his incompetent brother fiercely and then whispered,
My Yin family's apology will surely satisfy all the seniors.
Lei Sanxiang said,
Well, let's see what kind of apology your Yin family can come up with.
Lei Sanxiang did not push Lin Moyu out. At this moment, it would be best for their Lei family to come forward to make the Yin family bleed to the greatest extent. If Lin Moyu were pushed out with his identity as a low-level Tianzuan, the Yin family would not take him seriously at all. Yin Mingzong nodded.
Senior, don't worry. My Yin family knows what to do.
Lin Moyu had been staring at Yin Mingzong. Although he seemed sincere, his eyes were full of hatred. This hatred was not only for his own brother but also for Xiaoya and Lei Pengpeng.
This person cannot be kept.
Lin Moyu marked him and would kill him if there was a chance. After all, the Yin family is a 5-star force. If the Yin family is concerned about it, it will sometimes be troublesome. The Lei family can indeed be used as a backer, but once you leave the Lei family, it's hard to say. Yin Mingzong took his useless brother away. Lei Sanxiang said,
Pengpeng, put away the sword.
Lei Pengpeng obediently put away the magic weapon.
Father, third uncle, why don't you kill him?
Lei Zhengying said,
You can't kill him for the time being. Why?
Lei Pengpeng asked. Lei Zhengying glanced at Gu Nianhai in the distance and said lightly,
The reason is not enough.
Lei Sanxiang took Lei Pengpeng's head.
Pengpeng will understand these things in the future, so you don't have to think about them now.
Lei Pengpeng snorted lightly.
When I become powerful in the future, I will kill him. This hermaphrodite is the most annoying.
Lei Sanxiang laughed.
Okay, then keep him and wait until you become powerful in the future.
Several people were chatting and laughing, and they did not shy away from discussing killing. Being in the origin continent and being born in the Lei family, they were already accustomed to such things. Lin Moyu already understood that the Yin family should be related to the Hanshui Holy Land. The Yin family was the eye of the Hanshui Holy Land placed in Leiqing to monitor the Lei family. The Lei family did not want to fall out with the Hanshui Holy Land, so they could not touch the Yin family for the time being. When the day comes when the Lei family is really going to fight the Hanshui Holy Land, the first family to be destroyed will be the Yin family. It is true that the Lei family is straightforward, but they are not stupid. Otherwise, they would not be able to become a 6-star force. Yin Mingzong took Yin Mingyang away, and after walking a distance, Yin Mingyang said viciously,
Brother, why didn't you help me?
Yin Mingzong looked at him as if he were an idiot, and he had already cursed him 100,000 times in his heart. Help you? With so many Tao masters here, am I looking for death if I help you? However, he did not say so.
The Yin family cannot turn against the Lei family for the time being, so you have to bear this matter. I slapped you just now just for show. I shouldn't have hurt you. You should hold back this anger and tell the ancestor when you go back. The ancestor will definitely reward you. Don't be so impulsive in the future. If you are really hurt, your father will feel bad, and so will your brother.
In Mingzong's slap looked heavy, but it actually hurt but did not injure. In Mingyang lost his temper after hearing this.
I understand. Thank you, brother. I won't be so impulsive in the future.
The roar continued, and lightning flashed as people who entered the mountain kept returning. Gu Nianshui appeared in the square with a flash of lightning. Gu Nianhai stepped out to Gu Nianshui's side, but his brows were tightly furrowed. When Gu Nianshui went in, she was a half-step supreme. When she came out, she was still a half-step supreme. Can't be said that there was no progress, but it was too little. They had expected that after coming out of the core of Thunder Mountain, she could at least become a low-level supreme being. If they were lucky, she might even become a mid-level supreme being. Gu Nianhai knew very well the qualifications of his granddaughter, and that she was the most talented person in this generation of the Holy Land of Hanshui. Gu Nianhai's face looked a little ugly.
What's going on?
Gu Nianshui whispered.
I don't know either. The source in the core of Thunder Mountain is indeed very rich and very powerful, but I can't absorb it. It seems that the source power in Thunder Mountain is incompatible with me.
Gu Nianhai whispered to himself.
Incompatible?
He thought for a few seconds.
Could it be because of the inheritance of the Horned Dragon Star Lord?
After thinking about it carefully, this is the only possibility. Gu Nianshui said.
Grandpa, could it be the Lei family who did it?
Gu Nianhai immediately denied.
The Lei family can't do it. If the Lei family could do it, the Holy Lord wouldn't have let you come.
Gu Nianshui nodded.
Then it may be related to the inheritance of the Horned Dragon Star Lord.
Gu Nianhai said.
Go back first and let the Holy Lord take a look.
The two returned to the sedan chair, and they would leave after everyone arrived. Lin Moyu watched this scene. He was the only one who knew why Gu Nianshui had not made any progress. In fact, it was all because of Xiaowu. Xiaowu weakened Gu Nianshui's luck, which led to this situation. When Gu Nianshui returned to the Hanshui Holy Land, Xiaowu's curse would naturally become ineffective under the influence of the Holy Land's huge luck. As for whether the Holy Landlord could see the problem, it depended on his own ability. Half a day later, everyone was sent back from Leishan, and the release was completely over. Everyone left one after another. The Lei family opened the formation, and Leishan entered a closed state again. 2585, 2585. Chapter 2585. Taoist Tianlei is really generous. Hashtag Leiqing Yin family. The head of the Yin family, Yin Changru, looked downcast, his face slightly gloomy. He had a feminine appearance, fair and clean, exuding a gloomy temperament. Although he was the head of the Yin family and the father of Yin Mingzong, he looked younger than Yin Mingzong. He had the cultivation of the Dao Zun realm and was one of the main decision-makers of the Yin family, with a status second only to the ancestor. At this moment, Yin Mingzong and Yin Mingyang stood in front of him, silent. Yin Mingzong had told Yin Changru everything that happened in Leishan without any errors and also shared some of his own speculations. Yin Changru took a sip of tea and whispered,
Zomer, do you mean that the previous auction was also related to these people?
Yin Mingzong whispered,
I think it is very likely. The three of them not only snatched the Xuanguang boxing gloves but also competed with me at the last auction and then suddenly stopped. They are obviously acquainted with Elder Lu Fengqing of the Lufeng Chamber of Commerce. I think it is very likely that they are the ones who did it. Perhaps they joined forces with Elder Lu Fengqing to gain benefits from our Yin family.
Hearing Yin Mingzong's analysis, Yin Changru fell silent. He knew that his eldest son had always been cautious in doing things. He really couldn't understand why such an accident happened at the auction this time. No matter how rich the Yin family is, it is impossible to use 10,000 third-level fine origin crystals to buy a fourth-level world-class origin crystal. The Yin family would never do such a loss-making business. The two brothers went to the auction before, which was also a kind of experience, and with Yin Mingzong there would not be any trouble. Unexpectedly, an accident still happened. Yin Chongru knew that the two brothers must have been calculated, but he couldn't find any clues, and the Yin family couldn't afford to offend the Lufeng Chamber of Commerce. So this loss was taken. After suffering a loss, the Yin family naturally wanted to retaliate, but they couldn't find the source. This accidental discovery is a good clue. Yin Chongru said,
We can't afford to offend the Lufeng Chamber of Commerce, but we can't take this dumb loss. Zomer Minger, take some people and bring those people back.
Yin Mingzong said,
What about the Lei family?
Yin Chongru said,
Bring the Thunder Shielding Formation. It's best if they are obedient. If they resist, just kill them directly. Do things cleanly and quickly. Minger, learn from your elder brother and control your temper. You are so old, but you are not good at all. If you still do this, how can your father be assured and hand over the Yin family to you in the future?
Yin Mingyang faced his father and behaved very well. He didn't have the temper of the past at all. He said timidly,
Father, don't worry, I will learn from my elder brother.
Yin Chongru waved his hand.
Go, do it tonight, so as not to have more dreams at night.
As the second-ranked family in Leicheng, although they are not as good as the Lei family, they are very familiar with Leicheng. They know how to avoid the surveillance of the Leicheng formation. As long as the movement is not too loud, the Leicheng formation will be difficult to detect. Hashtag after the trip to Leishan. Lin Moyu returned to his own yard. The Lei family originally wanted to invite Lin Moyu to live in the Lei family, but Lin Moyu declined. He had the idea of using the Lei family as a backer, but he could not really rely on the Lei family. The real backer can only be himself, and the Lei family can only be used to wave the flag at most and be released for use at critical times. It was not until he returned to his own residence that Lin Moyu put Xiaowu down and placed her on the back of the calf. Xiaowu felt a familiar breath in her sleep and became very relieved. She hugged the calf and continued to sleep soundly. This time, Xiaowu was really exhausted, almost overdrawn, and almost hurt her origin. Lin Moyu used the power of life to stabilize Xiaowu's foundation. Now the best way for Xiaowu to recover was to take a nap, but this nap would be a bit long. Xiaoya came to Lin Moyu obediently.
Master, this is something given by Master Tianlei.
She handed the storage ring given by Taoist Tianlei to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu smiled and said,
Since it was given to you by Senior Tianlei, it is yours.
Xiaoya shook her head.
It is full of origin crystals. Xiaoya can't use so many. Oh? How many?
Xiaoya couldn't count them, so she simply took out all the origin crystals and piled them into several small hills in the yard for her master to take a look. Lin Moyu was slightly shocked.
It's really a lot.
There were two piles of small hills in front of them. The largest pile was 6th-order ordinary origin crystals, with more than 5,000 crystals. It was equivalent to 5 million 3rd-order ordinary origin crystals. The other pile was 6th-order fine origin crystals, with a total of 500 crystals. The value of these origin crystals was inestimable. If all were converted into the most common 3rd-order origin crystals, there were at least 10 million crystals.
Big Brother Tianlei is really generous.
Lin Moyu was secretly amazed. Taoist Tianlei gave quite a lot of origin crystals. At the same time, he smiled and said,
Xiaoya has become a rich woman.
Xiaoya shook her head.
Xiaoya doesn't need so many origin crystals. Master is more useful than Xiaoya with them.
Lin Moyu smiled and shook his head.
Xiaoya keeps them first. If I need them in the future, I will ask Xiaoya for them.
Xiaoya hesitated for a moment but finally put away the origin crystals obediently.
Then when Master needs them, tell Xiaoya at any time.
Lin Moyu said,
Xiaoya, your Master Tianlei is busy and cannot teach you in person. I will pass on his Thunder Dao to you on his behalf.
Xiaoya's eyes widened.
Do I still need to practice the boxing that Master taught me?
Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
The two are not contradictory. You can practice them together. Now concentrate and calm down. Master will teach you the great Tao.
Xiaoye immediately adjusted her breathing, and her mind instantly fell into silence. Born with a jade soul, coupled with Xiaoye's innocent heart, concentrating and calming down is as easy for her as eating and drinking. Lin Moyu gently tapped Xiaoye's brow with one finger, and the great Tao of Taoist Tianlei was passed on. Taoist Tianlei gave Lin Moyu 2 jade cards, one of which recorded his lifelong formation learning, and the other jade card was the great Tao of Thunder. The great Tao of Thunder is extremely powerful, and Xiaoye's current realm is simply unbearable, so Lin Moyu only passed on a part of it first. At this moment, another benefit of the born jade soul was also revealed. Xiaoye's soul physique can almost perfectly match any kind of power. Born with a jade soul is the top cultivation physique on the origin continent. No matter which great Tao is cultivated, it can be rapidly improved. Lin Moyu passed on all the cultivation methods of the great Tao of Thunder to Xiaoye on behalf of Taoist Tianlei. While teaching the great Tao, Lin Moyu also gained something from it. Although he did not practice the great way of thunder, he could learn from others' experience. All the great ways eventually lead to the same destination, which did not prevent Lin Moyu from learning from one example and applying it to other cases. After the teaching was completed, Xiaoye closed her eyes for 4 months to digest it. Lin Moyu began to accept the formation of Taoist Tianlei. Yin and Yang alternated, and the origin of Taiyin soon ruled the earth. Lin Moyu suddenly opened his eyes, looked outside the courtyard, and sneered.
You are really brave, Yin family.
2586 2586 ## chapter 2586. How about asking you to kill someone? The yard was very quiet. Xiaowu was still sleeping on the calf, which lay on a soft bed without moving. Xiaoye was still absorbing and digesting the cultivation method. Taoist Tianlei's avenue was very majestic, and it would take some time to absorb it completely. Lin Moyu came back to his senses from the sea of formations. Taoist Tianlei had come a long way in the art of formation. According to the level, he had reached the level of an 8th level formation master, 1 level higher than Lu Fengqing. However, Taoist Tianlei specialized in weapon formations and did not integrate rune formations into them. Most of the formations he practiced were related to thunder. Lin Moyu could not copy them completely but could only absorb their essence and then integrate them into his own ideas to form his own way of formation. In fact, every formation master has their own way of formation. If you only learn from your predecessors, it is difficult to become a formation master. Lin Moyu did not fully understand this yet, but it did not prevent him from forming his own way of formation. The path that Lin Moyu takes has always been his own path. The process is long, but Lin Moyu is very confident. He has discovered that he has a talent for formation that is comparable to his talent for runes. Things that others find difficult to understand can be easily mastered by him. In just half a day, Lin Moyu had mastered the knowledge of the formations of the 1st to 3rd levels from Taoist Tianlei and integrated it with his own knowledge of formations, making it his own. The originally quiet courtyard suddenly became even quieter, and all the sounds disappeared at this moment. The courtyard temporarily disappeared from the surveillance of the Leiqing formation and entered another space. The courtyard was shrouded by an inexplicable force, shrinking continuously, and the space expanded accordingly. Lin Moyu looked outside the courtyard calmly, and the eye of the undead was opened at the same time. Soul flames burned and rose in the eye of the undead.
You are really brave.
A total of 8 people came, 1 god, 1 low-level heavenly venerable, 5 middle-level heavenly venerables, and 1 high-level heavenly venerable. Lin Moyu knew their identities without having to guess. The god was Yin Mingyang, also the yin-yang person mentioned by Xiaoye. The low-level heavenly venerable was Yin Mingzong, the eldest young master of the Yin family. The 5 middle-level heavenly venerables and 1 high-level heavenly venerable were naturally the heavenly venerables of the Yin family.
I'm not stupid. I guessed it was me.
Lin Moyu muttered to himself. It was not difficult for the Yin family to guess him. He first bid for the Shuangguang boxing gloves, which caused a conflict with the Yin family, and then raised the price. The most important thing was that he also knew Lu Fengqing. The Yin family just gritted their teeth and gave Lu Fengqing the crystal of the origin of the sky pole. With such a relationship, they could naturally guess that it was him. As for evidence, there was no need for evidence. Lin Moyu just felt strange that they were so bold that they dared to take action in Leiqing.
They should have a way to avoid the surveillance of the Lei family's formation.
Lin Moyu looked outside the courtyard and vaguely discovered a formation. This formation covered the courtyard. The Yin family used this formation to dare to act recklessly in Leiqing. Lin Moyu waved his hand, and the world of rules unfolded, taking in the sleeping Xiaowu and the calf. As for Xiaoye, she did not move. Anyone who dared to take action against Xiaoye would be afraid for their own life. Then Lin Moyu took out the tea set and leisurely made tea for himself. The gate of the courtyard was pushed open, and Yin Mingzong walked in with his men. Seeing such a leisurely Lin Moyu, Yin Mingzong was a little surprised.
You knew we were coming?
Lin Moyu didn't care at all, drinking tea by himself.
Is it important?
Yin Mingzong whispered.
Since you knew, why didn't you leave?
Yin Mingzong felt a little uneasy. With the relationship between Lin Moyu and the Lei family, as long as he lived in the Lei family, no one in Leiqing could do anything to him. But he didn't go. Was it for his own reasons? Or was there something else he relied on? Yin Mingzong looked around. There was nothing in the yard except the motionless Xiaoye and Lin Moyu, who was leisurely drinking tea. There were several houses behind the yard. The houses were closed, and there was no breath inside. When he was unsure, Yin Mingyang couldn't help but speak.
Brother, why waste time talking to him? Just catch him and take him back, and kill him if he dares to resist.
Yin Mingzong whispered.
Wait, something is wrong.
Yin Mingyang looked around.
What's wrong? There's no one else here.
Lin Moyu suddenly laughed.
The Yin young man is right. There is indeed no one else here.
Yin Mingyang said.
I said there is no one else.
Suddenly, he glared at Lin Moyu, boiling with anger.
You dare to call me a Yin yang man?
Lin Moyu said.
How about you kill someone with Yin yang in the future? Anyway, you are going to die soon.
Yin Mingyang roared.
You are going to die, and your whole family is going to die. Kill him for this young master. This young master will cut him into pieces.
Yin Mingyang's young master temper came up again, and he roared loudly. But the few heavenly venerables who followed did not move. They had to obey Yin Mingzong's orders. Not this idiot second young master. Yin Mingzong said to the high-ranking heavenly venerable beside him.
Uncle Wang, is there really no one?
His name is Yin Changwang, who is of the same generation as Yin Changru but belongs to a branch. Yin Changwang nodded.
There is indeed no one else. In that case, let's do it and make a quick decision.
Yin Mingzong suppressed his inner doubts and gave an order. Several heavenly venerables started at the same time and attacked Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu chuckled and tapped his fingers on the table. In an instant, 10 skeleton kings appeared behind him. The sudden appearance of the skeleton kings scared several Yin family heavenly venerables. Each skeleton king was as powerful as them. Yin Mingzong's face changed drastically, and Yin Changwang beside him also changed his face.
I made a mistake.
He did not hesitate and attacked Lin Moyu. He slapped out with his palm, and the palm prints were overwhelming, attacking from all directions, covering Lin Moyu and the skeleton kings. When he slapped out, the skeleton kings stood up and waved the bone swords at the same time. Spell, White Bone God Slashing. The sword light lit up, and the 5 middle-level Tianzuan of the Yin family screamed at the same time and retreated in panic. Blood holes exploded on their bodies, and blood rushed out without stopping. At the same time, countless wounds appeared all over their bodies, and the skeleton king's white bone law attacked their souls at the same time. As soon as they met, the 5 people were injured. They took out pills and threw them into their mouths. The injury to the flesh was a trivial matter, but the injury to the soul was much more troublesome. Fortunately, Yin Changwang acted quickly, and his attack had already covered the Skeleton Kings and Lin Moyu.
Die!
In Changwang shouted softly. The Skeleton Kings collapsed in the palm prints. At this time, there was a figure flashing around Lin Moyu, and Cheng Hongguang appeared beside Lin Moyu. Cheng Hongguang waved his hand, and the power of the high-level Tianzuan realm burst out, blocking the attack for Lin Moyu. In Changwang's expression suddenly changed.
High-level Tianzuan!
In Mingzong knew that he was in trouble. Lin Moyu was actually protected by a high-level Tianzuan. In this case, it would be difficult to capture him. His eyes turned.
Uncle Wan, entangle the high-level Tianzuan. We will deal with Lin Moyu. Mingyang, you go and catch that girl. Good.
In Changwang shouted and attacked again. He took out a net-like magic weapon and threw it towards Cheng Hongguang. Cheng Hongguang snorted coldly and slapped out with his palm, directly knocking In Changwang's magic weapon away. In Changwang controlled the magic weapon and fought with Cheng Hongguang. The 5 heavenly venerables of the In family plus In Mingzong attacked Lin Moyu again. Suddenly, their faces changed drastically. The 10 skeleton kings that were scattered were resurrected at the same time and appeared again. At this time, In Mingyang had also attacked Xiaoya, but Lin Moyu did not move at all and continued to drink tea.
Not good, Mingyang, stop.
In Mingzong shouted, but it was too late to go back. 2587 2587. Hashtag chapter 2587. You will definitely not survive. In Mingyang did not heed In Mingzong's warning. He didn't want to capture Xiaoya, he wanted to kill her. His eyes were filled with murderous intent as he kept muttering,
I'll make you pay for snatching my magic weapon.
He was furious that Xiaoya had taken his Xuanguang boxing gloves, and his heart was full of hatred. So, when he attacked, he aimed to kill Xiaoya. Using a magic sword, he turned into lightning and shot at Xiaoya's head. Being a god and Xiaoya only in the super god realm, the difference between them was vast. Even a breath from him could kill Xiaoya, but he still used a magic weapon, intending to obliterate her completely. In his eyes, there was only crazy hatred, no mercy at all. As In Mingzong's voice sounded, In Mingyang's sword had already reached Xiaoya. A bright light bloomed from Xiaoya's body, and with a light sound, the lightning exploded, shattering In Mingyang's magic weapon into slag. The jade belt on Xiaoya's waist sparkled, actively protecting its master. In Mingzong's pupils shrank suddenly.
A protective treasure.
This kind of magic weapon is called a protective treasure, and it is difficult for ordinary people to obtain. Those who can obtain a protective treasure must be extraordinary. But the next second, his eyes widened, and he shouted angrily,
Stop!
His shouting was just a reminder to In Mingyang, but it was a step too late again. A short sword appeared above Xiaoya's head, turning into lightning. It instantly circled around In Mingyang and then returned. The whole process was faster than lightning, and In Mingyang, as a god, had no time to react. The next moment, lightning flashed all over his body, and he exploded, filling the yard with broken flesh. He was really shattered to pieces, and his soul was scattered. Lin Moyu knew very well that if In Mingyang hadn't intended to kill Xiaoya, the Dao Soul Sword would not have appeared. The difference between their realms was too great, and Xiaoya couldn't resist the opponent's fatal blow at all. So she activated the Dao Soul Sword. Xiaoya was now a hedgehog. Even if a Tianzuan wanted to kill her, there was only one way to die. Lin Moyu said slowly,
Now he has truly become a dead In.
In Mingzong was furious.
You dared to kill Mingyang. Do you know who he is?
Lin Moyu smiled.
Does it matter who he is?
In Mingzong roared.
You are dead. The In family will not let you go.
Lin Moyu shook his head and said,
I don't know whether I will die or not, but you will definitely not survive.
His fingertips tapped lightly on the table, and the skeleton kings were now inside and outside the yard. The yard was full of skeleton kings standing tall. 100 skeleton kings filled the space, and the whole yard was packed. If it weren't for the In family's formation, the small yard couldn't even fit a skeleton king. In Mingzong screamed,
With so many puppets, who are you?
Lin Moyu sighed.
You don't know the main and the secondary. It seems that you are just a little clever, and it's hard to achieve great things.
After that, the skeleton kings swung their swords and cut them down at the same time. Spell: White Bone Slashing God. In the sword light, the Tianzuan brought by the Yin family screamed at the same time. The sword light tore them into pieces, and the White Bone Law destroyed their souls simultaneously. Yin Mingzong's body was shining with precious light. As the eldest son of the Yin family, he had a magic weapon to protect him. But his magic weapon was inferior to Xiaoya's three-piece set of protection. Under the strong sword light, Yin Mingzong's magic weapon only lasted for half a second before it was broken and collapsed on the spot. Yin Mingzong spurted blood, and his body and soul were severely injured at the same time. But with the magic weapon to protect him, Yin Mingzong was able to save his life. Lin Moyu chuckled.
Not bad, he's still alive.
Yin Mingzong was full of fear for Lin Moyu at this moment.
Senior, spare me, don't kill me.
Lin Moyu smiled. When you are dying, you finally distinguish the primary from the secondary. I thought you were not afraid of death, but it seems so.
Don't worry, I will give you a quick death.
Yin Mingzong's face changed drastically. The fear of death filled his eyes, and he shouted,
Uncle Wang, save me.
Lin Moyu shook his head and said,
He can't even save himself. How can he save you?
At this moment, Yin Chongwang had been entangled by Cheng Hongguang. The strength of both sides was similar. With the help of the power of the magic weapon, he was invincible. He saw everything that happened in the courtyard. He wanted to save people but was dragged by Cheng Hongguang. Hearing Yin Mingzong's cry for help, Yin Chongwang roared,
Get out of here!
The huge power of the high-level Tianzuan rolled and moved, and the thunder-shielding formation suddenly roared and was about to fall. The thunder-shielding formation is very strong. Even if a high-level Tianzuan fights in it, it can remain intact for a certain period of time. Even if Yin Chongwang wants to break the formation, it will take time. Lin Moyu chuckled.
Is this considered a cocoon for oneself?
He had seen clearly that this formation comes from a formation plate. The array was just outside the courtyard, but unfortunately, they were not the real masters of the array and could not manipulate it remotely. Now they were trapped in the array and could not escape. The Skeleton King changed his target and locked onto Yin Chongwang. Lin Moyu pointed his finger, and the law of time flowed at his fingertips. Spell: Time Curse. Yin Chongwang's soul was in great pain, and he could not help but scream. The soul fell into a state of time chaos. Although it was only for a short time, it was enough to put Yin Chongwang in danger. Lin Moyu took the opportunity to eject a drop of ancestral water and landed on Cheng Hongguang. Cheng Hongguang's breath increased sharply, and the power of his palm doubled, and in an instant, it was thousands of palms. Yin Chongwang fell from the air with blood spurting out, and the Skeleton King was ready to go, swinging the bone sword and slashing wildly, and Yin Chongwang's injuries were serious again. Cheng Hongguang took advantage of the situation to kill him while he was sick, and his attack was more fierce than before.
Get out of here!
At the critical moment of life and death, Yin Chongwang burst out with amazing power, and powerful power surged out, shaking all the Skeleton Kings away. The Skeleton King's bones were all broken, unable to resist his attack, and collapsed on the spot. Yin Chongwang's whole body was emitting water light, and the water light was like a dragon, constantly rotating around him.
This breath looks familiar.
Lin Moyu's heart moved, and he thought of the Hanshui Holy Land. Yin Chongwang's breath was somewhat similar to Gu Nianhai. He murmured to himself,
It seems that the Yin family is really a nail eyeliner placed in Leiching by the Hanshui Holy Land, as the outside world said.
Yin Chongwang used the secret method of the Hanshui Holy Land, and his breath increased sharply. Although he was still a high-level Tianzuan, he was much stronger than before. The formation roared and was about to collapse. Yin Chongwang did not lose his mind. He rushed to Yin Mingzong and wanted to save people. As for killing Lin Moyu, it was no longer important. Now he had to save people and protect himself. There was light in Yin Mingzong's dim eyes, and he saw the hope of life. Lin Moyu chuckled.
It's useless.
The skeleton king who had just died was resurrected again and attacked the two at the same time. Yin Chongwang groaned, and the water dragon on his body roared, and actually blocked the attack of the skeleton king. But Yin Mingzong was not so lucky. His body was instantly blown to pieces, following in the footsteps of his brother. Yin Chongwang failed to save people. He looked at Lin Moyu fiercely and turned to flee. Lin Moyu flicked his finger. The space twisted slightly, and a huge figure suddenly appeared in front of Yin Chongwang. Yin Chongwang's face changed drastically.
Worm Mother.
The Worm Mother of the high-level Tianzuan appeared and unfolded into its final form. The Worm Mother in its final form has the strongest single combat power. When the Worm Mother of the high-level Tianzuan unfolds its final form, its combat power can be called invincible under the Tianzuan, and only the dragons of the same realm can match it. Yin Chongwang's face changed drastically, and he wanted to escape in another direction. But the Worm Mother moved so fast that she caught up in an instant, and the sharp blade that was more powerful than a magic weapon passed like lightning. Yin Chongwang's eyes dimmed instantly, and his body and soul were shattered together. 2588 2588 ## chapter 2588. See if the Lei family has the courage. Scattered flesh and blood were strewn all over the ground, filling the entire yard with the smell of blood. Xiaoye was still immersed in Taoist Tianlei's teachings and had not yet woken up. Lin Moyu sat there from beginning to end without doing anything. The tea on the table was steaming hot, and the fragrance of the tea mixed with the smell of blood created an extremely strange and special aroma.
It's a different taste to be accompanied by blood rain.
With a light laugh, a roasting immortal flame flew out from his fingertips and exploded in the yard. The sea of fire enveloped the yard, purifying the blood. The power of life spread, and the destroyed objects in the yard were quickly restored. In a blink of an eye, almost everything had been restored, with only a few places that could not be completely restored. Lin Moyu sighed lightly.
It's a pity that time cannot be reversed. Otherwise, it could be restored to its original state.
Time can be accelerated or decelerated, but it cannot be reversed. If one has great magical power, objects can be taken from the long river of time, which can also restore the yard to its original state. But it is still not a reversal of time. In the time segment of the captured object, these things will be lost and some unknown cause and effect will be triggered. There are great causes and effects in the long river of time, which cannot be easily touched.
Tell me, what is your real purpose?
Lin Moyu said softly. Undead flames surrounded Yin Mingzong and others who had just died, forcing them to kneel on the ground. At this moment, Yin Mingyang, who had been like a madman, no longer looked the same. He also became very obedient and knelt on the ground devoutly. The protagonist of this incident was Yin Mingzong. After becoming a resurrected person, he completely became Lin Moyu's servant and immediately revealed everything without any reservation. The purpose of this visit was actually very simple: to capture Lin Moyu and bring him back. He determined that Lin Moyu was the one who plotted against him at the auction before. At the same time, he felt that it was impossible for Lin Moyu, a Tianzuan, to have such strong strength. Behind Lin Moyu, there must be a stronger force supporting him. He believed that someone wanted to deal with the Yin family, and it was very likely the Lei family. After all, the Yin family is the spy of the Hanshui Holy Land in Leiqing. If there is a chance, the Lei family will definitely deal with the Yin family. After listening to Yin Mingzong's report, Lin Moyu couldn't help but smile and said,
You really think too much.
If the Lei family wanted to deal with the Yin family, they would do it openly and honestly, not through sneaky means. The thought flashed through Lin Moyu's mind, and he felt that his thinking was not right. In this way, he would become a sneaky person. Now that the Yin family has taken action against him, they will definitely not let him go. And it is difficult to explain if Yin Mingzong and others returned empty-handed. From Yin Mingzong, Lin Moyu learned about the Yin family style of doing things and the people who used Yin Chongru. Even if they don't take action in Leiqing, they will take action when he leaves Leiching. And the next time they take action, it may be Daozuan. Lin Moyu asked,
How many Daozuns are there in the Yin family, and what realms are they in?
Yin Mingzong said,
There are 3 Daozuns in total. The head of the family and the elder are both in Dao Realm 1, and the ancestor is in Dao Realm 2.
The ancestor of the Yin family has been in seclusion for many years and generally does not ask about family affairs. The elder is the previous head of the family and the father of the current head of the family, Yin Chongru. Yin Chongru has 2 sons, Yin Mingzong and Yin Mingyang. If nothing unexpected happens, when Yin Mingzong reaches the high-level Tianzuan, the position of the head of the family will be passed to him. Yin Chongru once got the position of the head of the family in this way.
The direct line of the Yin family has no descendants.
Lin Moyu whispered to himself. Yin Mingzong and Yin Mingyang had all died in his hands, and there was no successor to the direct line of the Yin family. Lin Moyu was thinking about how to deal with the Yin family. Before solving the Yin family, he could not leave Leiching for the time being. And Lin Moyu didn't think that if he let the resurrected Yin Mingzong and others go back, they could hide it for a long time, and it would reveal flaws sooner or later.
Then let's deal with the Yin family.
Lin Moyu had a bold idea. The Yin family is a 5-star force with 3 Dao masters, and the ancestor of the family is in the 2nd realm of Dao. With his strength, he is far from being the opponent of the Yin family. If any Dao master comes, he can only barely save his life. If the ancestor of the 2nd realm of Dao takes action, he can't save himself. So to deal with the Yin family, he can only borrow power. In Leiching, the only family that can deal with the Yin family is the Lei family. How to borrow the power of the Lei family has become the most important issue. Although the Lei family does not have too many twists and turns, they are not stupid. If they do it too obviously, it will be easily seen. And in this way, it will be counterproductive. After thinking about it, Lin Moyu decided to get straight to the point. From Yin Mingzong's mouth, he learned that the Lei family has actually been suppressing the Yin family, but because the Yin family is backed by the Hanshui Holy Land, the Lei family has never touched the Yin family. In other words, the Lei family will move the Yin family sooner or later, unless the Lei family is willing to be inferior to the Hanshui Holy Land forever. At the same time, Lin Moyu also learned a secret. There is a teleportation array in the Yin family. This teleportation array goes directly to the Hanshui Holy Land. As long as the Yin family is in trouble, the Daozuan in the Hanshui Holy Land can go directly to Leicheng from the teleportation array. The teleportation array is very secretive, and the Lei family doesn't know about it at all. After thinking about it, Lin Moyu had an idea.
You go back first. Just treat this operation as a failure. Don't show any flaws, and wait for my order.
As resurrected people, Yin Mingzong and others immediately accepted the order. If they showed any flaws, Yin Mingyang was actually the key. Yin Mingyang once again showed his familiar temperament. Unruly, unyielding to anyone, a little crazy, and prone to anger. It is not easy for all kinds of emotions to appear in one person at the same time. The lightning shielding array was removed, and the space in the yard returned to normal. The array on Leiching did not find anything and continued to operate normally. Several people left silently, as if nothing had happened. From the arrival of Yin Mingzong and others to their departure now, it was only more than 10 minutes. Everything had changed drastically. Soon after they left, Xiaoya slowly opened her eyes, with lightning flashing in her eyes, and Xiaoya showed joy.
Master, I have memorized all of Master Tianlei's Thunder Avenue.
It is right to memorize everything, and it would be abnormal if she didn't. Lin Moyu said,
Practice slowly, and ask me if you don't understand anything. When you have digested and understood all these cultivation methods, I will teach you the way of formation.
Xiaoya blinked her big eyes.
I heard that the way of formation is difficult. Can I learn it?
Lin Moyu said,
You will know after learning it. In fact, it is not that difficult. You will know when the time comes. Xiaoya, practice first. I have to go out for a while.
Xiaoya said,
Oh?
And began to practice the Thunder Dao of Taoist Tianlei. In Leiching, the original power of thunder and lightning is very strong. Practicing the Thunder Dao in Leiching will have twice the result with half the effort. Lin Moyu left Cheng Hongguang here to protect Xiaoya, just in case. At the same time, he opened the formation in the courtyard and then went to the Lei family. Halfway, Lin Moyu's plan for the Yin family was quickly perfected. By the time he arrived at the Lei family, the plan had taken shape.
Next, it depends on whether the Lei family has the courage. If the Lei family does not dare, then I can only find another way and find a way to leave Leiching.
Lin Moyu knew very well that he could not be a match for the Yin family alone. If the Lei family was unwilling to take action against the Yin family, then he would have to change his plans and ask the Lei family to help him leave Leiching, or even leave the area controlled by the Hanshui Holy Land. In addition to the Lei family, he also had a backup plan, which was the Lufeng Chamber of Commerce. Lin Moyu would never put all his eggs in one basket. 2589 2589 Hashtag chapter 2589 Yin family, you were looking for death. The moon hung high in the sky, and Leicheng was still bustling with activity. As night deepened, more practitioners appeared. Some had finished a whole day of practice, while others returned from outside adventures, gathering in the city to drink and share their tales. Those who returned from adventures often spoke nonsense, as if to prove they were still alive. Today marked the end of the trip to Leishan. The lucky ones who returned had made progress in their cultivation and were in high spirits, sharing their stories. At this moment, these people were the protagonists of the night. Lin Moyu passed through most of Leiching and arrived at the Lei family's residence. After announcing his identity, Lei Sanxiang personally came out to welcome Lin Moyu. In the reception room, Lei Sanxiang had good tea prepared, and Lin Moyu was treated as an honored guest. Upon hearing the news of Lin Moyu's arrival, Lei Yiming and Lei Zhengying also rushed over. Lei Yiming smiled.
Brother Lin, what brings you here?
Lin Moyu got straight to the point.
The Yin family tried to kill me.
Lei Yiming's face changed drastically.
The Yin family is so bold. When did this happen?
Lin Moyu replied.
Just now. They used the lightning shielding array.
Hearing this, they knew Lin Moyu was not lying. The lightning shielding array was well known to them, specially made by the Hanshui Holy Land to target the Lei family. Lei Yiming looked at Lei Zhengying.
Jingying, check it out.
Lei Zhengying nodded and took out a formation plate. The lightning on the plate jumped, echoing the formation in Leiching. Lin Moyu knew that the real core of the Leiching formation was the small formation plate in Lei Zhengying's hand. After some inquiries, Lei Zhengying confirmed Lin Moyu's words.
We found traces of the lightning shielding array not long ago, and the location was in Lin Xiu's yard.
Lei Yiming's eyes turned cold.
The Yin family is getting bolder. They dared to take action directly. It seems we need to teach them a lesson.
Lei Zhengying asked.
Can you tell us the details of what happened? How many people from the Yin family came?
Lin Moyu roughly described the situation, and Lei Yiming and the others were shocked. Lei Sanxiang couldn't believe it.
You mean the Yin family sent 5 middle-level Tianzuan and 1 high-level Tianzuan?
Lin Moyu nodded.
Fortunately, I had some means, so they didn't succeed. But the Yin family's intention to kill me will not stop. I have sworn to be irreconcilable with the Yin family.
After pondering for a few moments, Lei Zhengying asked.
What do you want to do, little friend Lin?
Lin Moyu said.
I am alone and far from being a match for the Yin family. Now there are 2 ways to go. One is that I leave Leiching, but I would need a few seniors to escort me out of Leiching, preferably out of the control area of Hanshui Holy Land.
Lei Yiming snorted coldly.
Doing this would imply that our Lei family is afraid of the Yin family. This road is blocked.
Lin Moyu said.
Brother Lei, you don't need to think that way. This is not about being afraid of the Yin family. The conflict is only between me and the Yin family and has nothing to do with the Lei family. If the Lei family finds it inconvenient, I can also go to the Lufeng Chamber of Commerce. I think they will have a way.
Lei Yiming slapped the table, making a muffled sound.
Brother Lin, don't say anything more. I said this road is blocked. Choose another one.
Lin Moyu sighed.
The second way is to destroy the Yin family.
As soon as these words came out, Lei Zhangying and Lei Sanxiang were shocked. They had thought about what Lin Moyu might suggest, but they didn't expect this. Lin Moyu was too bold to suggest destroying the Yin family. However, Lei Zhangying did not express his opinion. With the ancestor present, he would let the ancestor decide. After pondering for a few seconds, Lei Yiming said,
It is not impossible to destroy the Yin family. I have wanted to do it for a long time. But to destroy the Yin family, we need a reason.
Lei Zhangying added,
The Yin family is backed by the Han's We Holy Land. We are not ready to turn against the Han's We Holy Land. And there's the issue of the Yin family's teleportation array.
Lei Yiming said,
I know. So we need a reason to destroy the Yin family, and we need to find a way to solve the problem of the teleportation array. As long as these two problems can be solved, the Yin family can be destroyed.
Lei Zhangying said,
The problem of the teleportation array is difficult to solve. It was arranged by an array master from the Han's We Holy Land. We can't even block it.
While speaking, he pointed his finger into the air, revealing a topographic map. The map showed the Yin family's residence, with every location clearly marked, including the teleportation array. While the Yin family monitored the Lei family also monitored the Yin family. Lei Yiming looked at Lin Moyu.
Brother Lin, do you have any ideas?
Lin Moyu, recognized by Taoist Tian Lei, must have some extraordinary abilities. Lin Moyu said,
Reasons can be made up even after the fact. But to stop the gossip, give them a reason. Yin Mingyang brought the Yin family Tianzuan and attacked Miss Lei Pengpeng halfway. Is this reason enough?
Lei Zhangying stared at Lin Moyu, feeling that he was talking nonsense.
Although Yin Mingyang is an idiot, he wouldn't do such a thing.
Lin Moyu asked again,
Is this reason enough? If not, we can add Yin Mingzong or let Pengpeng kill them and fight to the death.
Lei Yiming understood that Lin Moyu had a way to do it. He whispered,
What about the teleportation array?
Lin Moyu said,
I can also solve the problem of the teleportation array, but I can't provide evidence. It depends on whether Brother Lei believes me.
Lei Yiming pondered again. After a moment, he made a decision and whispered,
I believe you.
Lin Moyu asked,
Brother Lei, have you thought about how to explain to the Han's We Holy Land after destroying the Yin family?
Bang! The huge jade table shattered under Lei Yiming's palm. Lei Yiming was full of heroic spirit.
Explain to hell. If the Han's We Holy Land dares to turn against my Lei family, we can also peel off a layer of their skin. Even if we really fight, the worst that can happen is that our Lei family will return to Lei Shan. What can they do to us?
There is a Taoist Tian Lei in Leishan. If Han's Hui Holy Land dares to come, everyone will die. Lei Yiming looked at Lei Zhangying and Lei Sanxiang.
Xingying Sanxiang, do you have any questions?
Seeing that the ancestor had made a decision, Lei Zhangying naturally had no problem.
In fact, we have wanted to destroy the Yin family for a long time, but we have never found a good opportunity.
There is no room for two tigers on one mountain. The Lei family is the only tiger in Leiqing. They have lived with the Yin family for so long. It's time to settle accounts. The few people discussed it again, and Lin Moyu told everything he knew about the Yin family. The Lei family actually knew the situation of the Yin family very well, and the few people quickly discussed a complete plan. The next day, Lei Pengpeng took several Lei family members to play in Leiqing. This time, Lei Sanxiang did not follow. Coincidentally, Yin Mingyang also brought Yin family Tianzuan to the city and met Lei Pengpeng. Yin Mingyang suddenly spoke out, wanting to marry Lei Pengpeng. The two immediately clashed. Yin Mingyang was injured by Lei Pengpeng's protective magic weapon, and the Yin family's Tianzuan then attacked Lei Pengpeng with the intent to kill. This scene happened in the most crowded area of Leiqing, and countless practitioners witnessed it. Lei Pengpeng relied on the magic weapon to protect herself and escaped with serious injuries. Several disciples of the Lei family were also seriously injured. The next second, the Leiching formation was activated, and the sound of thunder resounded throughout the city. In the thunder, an angry voice sounded,
Yin family, you are looking for death.
2590 2590. ## chapter 2590. Anyone who dares to touch the Yin family is seeking death. The owner of the voice was Lei Zhengying, Lei Pengpeng's biological father. Everyone knew that Lei Pengpeng was the little princess of the Lei family and everyone's treasure. Anyone who dared to attack Lei Pengpeng was simply tired of living. As Lei Zhengying's angry voice sounded, countless thunders gathered in the air and locked onto the Yin family.
It's over, the Yin family is in big trouble. How could Yin Mingyang, this idiot, think of marrying Miss Pengpeng? Isn't this just asking for trouble? And Miss Pengpeng didn't want to, but she didn't hurt anyone. This time, the Lei family was really offended. Did the Yin family deliberately turn against the Lei family?
Many onlookers didn't know the truth at all. They only believed what they saw with their own eyes, unable to think of the deeper meaning. Lin Moyu stood in his own yard.
Once this step is taken, the Lei family can't turn back.
In his mind, he reviewed the scene at the Lei family half a day ago. The reason why he first proposed leaving was to wait for Lei Yiming's words that this road was blocked. The same words said earlier or later have completely different effects. After Lei Yiming said that this road was blocked, Lin Moyu already knew that the matter was half done. In addition, the Lei family originally wanted to destroy the Yin family but could not find an opportunity, so the next step was naturally a sure thing. Later, it was exactly as he thought. In fact, thinking about it later, Lin Moyu felt that not only was he using the Lei family, but the Lei family was also using him. Lei Yiming's last few words seemed to be as if he knew that he would definitely have a way. But no matter what, the Lei family did attack the Yin family. Now that the reason was there, the prelude to this war had been thoroughly unfolded, and it only needed an opportunity to turn to the climax. The lightning of the Leiching formation became more and more intense, turning into a sea of thunder, hovering over the Yin family. For a time, the Yin family was in chaos. The head of the Yin family, Yin Changru, turned into a phantom and appeared in the air. His face was gloomy.
Lei family head, this is a misunderstanding.
Lei Zhengying's appearance also turned into a phantom in the air. He looked like an immortal god, looking down at Yin Changru.
There is no misunderstanding. Pengpeng was seriously injured by your Yin family's Tianzuan. Countless people in Leiching have seen it.
Yin Changru immediately said,
It must be a misunderstanding. Our Yin family can make compensation.
Lei Zhengying snorted coldly.
Your Yin family's compensation to me is not enough.
At this time, the situation of the two was witnessed by the whole city. Countless people looked up at the sky, amazed.
My goodness, the two largest families in Leiching, their heads of families are confronting each other. Such a scene is rare in 1,000 years. This time, the Yin family has offended the Lei family badly. Everyone knows that the most precious thing to the Lei family is this little princess. The Yin family has stirred up a hornet's nest. I don't know how it will end this time. The Yin family is in big trouble, and the Lei family will definitely not let it go. Prepare tea, prepare wine, and prepare to watch the show.
This is a major event that has not happened in Leiching for thousands of years. How can those who are not interested miss this opportunity? This will be a great topic of conversation in their cultivation career. Boom! Suddenly, there was a loud noise, and Leiching shook. The Yin family suddenly exploded. The Lei family's formation had not yet launched an attack, and the Yin family had already exploded. The terrifying power swept the entire Yin family. The Yin family's formation lit up and blocked the powerful impact. The explosion was extremely powerful, almost reaching the limit of Tianzuan, and almost reaching the level of Daozuan. Even with the protection of the formation, almost 1/5 of the Yin family was razed to the ground, and a large number of Yin family members died on the spot. And the center of the explosion happened to be the location of the Hanshui Holy Land teleportation array. The teleportation array was destroyed in this explosion. Yin Changru's face changed suddenly, and he suddenly realized that the Lei family had planned it long ago, and they wanted to destroy the Yin family. Lin Moyu saw it in his eyes and snorted coldly.
The last support of the Yin family is gone.
The self-destructor was naturally Yin Changwang. As a resurrected person, Yin Changwang broke into the teleportation array, and the Yin family was destroyed. If it was an external attack, the Yin family's array would be enough to hold out until the support of the Hanshui Holy Land arrived. But now it was destroyed from the inside, and the Yin family's teleportation array was destroyed in an instant. The next moment after the self-destruction, the thunder that had been accumulated for a long time fell down, and countless thunders turned into a big net, and the Yin family was shrouded in it. Lei Zhengying, who was originally just a shadow, suddenly revealed his true body, and a thunder road evolved behind him, carrying wind and thunder to sweep across the Yin family. The formation in the Yin family flashed, resisting thousands of thunders. But this is Lei Qing, everything is controlled by the Lei family, and the resistance of the Yin family seems so fragile. Their greatest reliance was also destroyed in the self-destruction of Yin Changwang. Yin Changru roared,
Lei Zhengying, I will fight you.
Yin Changru also summoned his avenue, and the avenue turned into glaciers, which rose thousands of miles, as if to pierce the sky and the earth.
Lei Zhengjing snorted coldly.
You are not qualified.
His thunder avenue turned into a giant whip, with a roaring sound and thousands of thunders. Yin Changru's glacier was instantly shattered. Lei Zhengying is in the second realm of Dao, Yin Changru is only in the first realm of Dao, and the difference in strength between the two is not small. Yin Changru also knew that he was not Lei Zhengying's opponent, but in this situation, he could not retreat.
Changru, retreat.
A voice suddenly sounded in the Yin family, and someone shot out from the Yin family at the same time. Yin Changru's face was happy, and he immediately retreated. A glacier appeared out of thin air. Unlike the thousands of glaciers like Yin Changru, there was only one glacier at the moment, but it stretched for thousands of miles like a mountain range, and at the same time it was extremely condensed and solid. The glacier and the thunder whip collided with each other, and the ground of Leicheng cracked and roared continuously, as if the whole city was about to break. The one who came out of the Yin family was the eldest elder of the Yin family, who was also Yin Changru's father, Lei Zhengjing sneered.
I didn't expect that you have reached the second realm, but it's useless. Today your Yin family will be destroyed.
The elder of the Yin family snorted coldly.
If you want to destroy my Yin family, it depends on whether you have the strength to do so.
Lei Zhengying's eyes were neither happy nor sad.
You will see.
He took out a formation plate and tapped it lightly a few times, and the formation plate was activated immediately. In the Leicheng formation, countless thunders fell, and the Yin family's formation became shaky in an instant. The Yin family's formation was already strong enough, and it could only block the Leicheng formation for a moment. This was just the beginning. The formation plate continued to operate, and the earth shook more and more violently. Thunders emerged from the ground, carrying a stronger breath of origin, sweeping the whole city like a storm. Under the earth, a more powerful formation appeared. This formation is directly connected to the origin spirit vein and contains terrifying power. The double thunder of heaven and earth. The two formations enveloped the Yin family. The Yin family's formation finally couldn't hold on and exploded. In an instant, countless lightnings poured into the Yin family, and the Yin family was about to turn into a sea of thunder. The Yin family screamed continuously, and countless Yin family members died on the spot. The elder of the Yin family gritted his teeth.
Asshole, stop it.
He controlled the glacier and smashed it towards Lei Zhengying frantically. Lei Zhengying held the long whip transformed by the Thunder Avenue in his hand and easily blocked the glacier. The two were both in the second realm of Dao Zun, but Lei Zhengying's strength was still slightly better than that of the elder of the Yin family. Yin Changru used his Wanli Glacier to replace the Yin family formation to resist the thunder. At the same time, he shouted loudly,
Please come out of seclusion and save my Yin family.
All the surviving children of the Yin family also knelt down at this moment, shouting loudly,
Please come out of seclusion and save my Yin family.
Yin Mingzong was also among them, shouting with him to kill people. Boom! The Yin family was shaken. Thousands of thunders were shaken away, and the ancestor of the Yin family broke through the thunder and broke out of the seclusion.
Whoever dares to touch the Yin family will be killed by me.
2591. Chapter 2591. Some things are hard to explain to you. The ancestor of the Lei family broke through the barrier at the last moment. His aura was extremely powerful, and the cold air swept through the entire city. Countless bolts of lightning were frozen before they could get close to him. Even the lightning was frozen. The power of the Lei family ancestor far exceeded that of the Great Elder. He saw the miserable state of the Yin family and snorted coldly.
Lei family, I will not let this go. Die. You are the one who will die.
Before the ancestor of the Yin family could make a move, a more powerful aura appeared in the air. Lei Yiming arrived with a sea of thunder. He transformed into a giant with thunder wings on his back and punched the ancestor of the Yin family. In an instant, the sky shattered, and a sea of thunder appeared in the world. The ancestor of the Yin family screamed,
Dao Jinshin, you have reached the fourth realm.
Lei Yiming snorted coldly.
Correct answer, but no reward.
Before the punch landed, the Yin family had completely collapsed. The members of the Yin family collectively spat blood. The aftermath alone was unbearable for them. Yin Changru's Wanli Glacier continued to collapse, and his
487
could not stop Lei Yiming's attack. However, he did not dare to put away the Wanli Glacier, otherwise all the children of the Yin family would die. The ancestor of the Yin family spat blood from his mouth. He was injured by just one punch. He was only in the second realm of Daozun, and there was a huge gap between him and the fourth realm of Daozun. The ancestor of the Yin family roared.
You guys run away, I'll hold him back.
He threw out a Daozun realm magic weapon broadsword, which exploded, bursting out with extremely powerful energy, and forcibly blasted through the sea of thunder, reaching the outskirts of Leicheng. At the cost of a Daozun realm magic weapon, he opened a way out for his people. Yin Changru immediately seized the opportunity, waved his hand, and gathered the remaining members of the Yin family, rushing out of the city. The elder held Lei Zhengying back, and the ancestor of the Yin family used all his strength to hold Lei Yiming back as much as possible. Lei Yiming did not stop him and let Yin Changru leave. Lin Moyu saw it and smiled.
Sure enough, they escaped, just as I thought.
Xiaoye was also watching this amazing battle.
Master, can the Yin family escape?
Lin Moyu smiled.
Does Xiaoye hope they can escape?
Xiaoye shook her head.
Although Xiaoye doesn't understand, the Yin family doesn't seem to be good people.
Lin Moyu laughed.
There are no good or bad people in this world.
Yin Changru rushed out of the city with his clansmen and fled quickly. He didn't forget to look back.
Lei family, this hatred will definitely be repaid double in the future. You have no chance.
3 thunderclaps fell from the sky, blocking Yin Changru's way. Practicing the Thunder Road, the speed of the Lei family is definitely above Yin Changru's. Yin Changru knew that he couldn't escape with his speed, so he didn't run away immediately. He said to Yin Mingzong behind him,
Zong, you take your people and go first. I will hold him back. If I survive, I will come to find you again.
Yin Mingzong nodded.
Go.
After that, he suddenly attacked his people. The attack was extremely fierce, and he was completely going to kill them. Not only him, but also several middle-level Tianzins who were traveling with him also attacked their people at the same time. Yin Changru's face changed drastically.
Zomer, what are you doing?
Yin Mingzong did not answer, just kept killing people. The screams continued, and in a blink of an eye, 1/3 of the people he brought out had been killed by them.
Stop it!
Yin Changru activated the Wanli Glacier, and Yin Changzong was immediately frozen and unable to move. This was for his son, and he directly killed several other middle-level Tianzins. Several middle-level Tianzins were frozen to death on the spot, and then there was a bang, and they exploded one after another. It's a pity that the self-explosion of the middle-level Tianzu had no effect on the Daozuan. Lei Sanxiang saw this with a complicated look. He intuitively felt that the reason why In Mingzong was like this should be related to Lin Moyu. But he didn't know how Lin Moyu did it. In Changru roared.
Go!
The dozens of surviving In family members immediately scattered like birds and beasts, fleeing in all directions. Lei Sanxiang didn't chase, but looked at In Changru.
It's your turn.
He summoned his Thunder Avenue, which had 3 thunder whirlpools, which were extremely terrifying. Lei Sanxiang's name was related to his avenue. The same Thunder Avenue can evolve into different appearances in the hands of different practitioners. The 3 generations of the Yin family all have glaciers, but they are all different. The same is true for the Lei family. There are 3 whirlpools in Lei Sanxiang's Thunder Avenue. Each whirlpool represents one of his attacks, and one attack is stronger than the other. If you can't bear it, the other party will die. If you can bear it, you will die. The Thunder Avenue locked onto In Changru.
Take my first shot, and all the thunder will burst out.
In the Thunder Avenue, a vortex suddenly lit up, and countless thunders surged out of it. In an instant, all the thunders burst out, and countless thunders illuminated the world and blasted onto In Changru's glacier. In Changru roared, and he pushed the power of the avenue to the extreme, and the glacier spread a chilling cold, freezing the world. There were bursts of roars, and the glacier broke one after another, and the thunders ruthlessly tore his glacier apart. In Changru retreated with blood spurting out of his mouth. His avenue was severely damaged in the first shot, and it almost collapsed. In Changru was full of horror. He did not expect the combat power of Lei Sanxiang to be so strong. He stared at Lei Sanxiang and said in disbelief,
Why is your power so strong?
Lei Sanxiang is the same as himself. Both are in the first realm of Daozun. Why is there such a big difference in combat power in the same realm?
Lei Sanxiang snorted coldly.
Some things are difficult to explain to you, and you are about to die, so there is no need to know. Since you have become a dog, you must be prepared to be slaughtered. Please take the second sound.
In the Thunder Avenue, the second vortex glowed.
5 thunders hit the top of the head.
Gold, green, blue, red, and yellow flashed by, representing the 5 elements of gold: wood, water, fire, and earth. The Thunder Avenue is not only thunder, but also can be integrated with other attributes. The second strike of Lei Sanxiang is to integrate 5 attributes. After integrating other attributes, the power of thunder has increased significantly. Although the second sound has only 5 thunders, the power is much stronger than the first sound of 10,000 thunders. Boom! The 5 thunders fell almost at the same time, and the 5 elements of attributes are mutually reinforcing and restraining. Under the simultaneous explosion, the power of thunder has been increased again. At this moment, the power of thunder was close to the second level of Daozun. In Changru was swallowed by thunder along with his screams. A dignified Daozun was smashed to pieces by thunder. A very inconspicuous weak light lit up, and Lei Sanxiang's eyes condensed.
Sure enough, there is a life-saving magic weapon. It must be the Hansui death substitute from the Hansui Holy Land, but it's useless.
He looked at Yuan 56,000 and saw a figure thousands of miles away. In Changru, who was obviously dead, appeared thousands of miles away at this moment. He was horrified and fled into the distance without looking back. At this moment, he didn't care about anything and just wanted to escape. The next moment, In Changru suddenly burst into lightning all over his body and couldn't move. A thunder road appeared above his head, and the third vortex in the heavenly Tao was shining. Lei Sanxiang shouted in a low voice,
The third sound, the body-destroying and soul-destroying thunder.
The seemingly weak thunder shot out from the vortex without a trace of fireworks and fell on In Changru. Silently, In Changru was shattered again. Lei Sanxiang saw it.
This time, he is really dead.
After confirming that In Changru was really dead, he stopped paying attention and looked into the distance, muttering to himself,
Those guys who escaped, I don't know how to kill them.
2592 2592. Hashtag chapter 2592. Unless the Holy Land doesn't want to do it anymore. As previously mentioned, the escaped Yin family members were all handed over to Lin Moyu for handling. After all, this matter was caused by him, so Lin Moyu had to take responsibility. In addition to giving the Lei family a reason, he also destroyed the Yin family's teleportation array and promised to deal with the escaped Yin family members. Under Lei Sanxiang's gaze, one skeleton god general after another flew over, holding the heads of the Yin family members. Lei Sanxiang's eyes narrowed slightly.
Tianzuan realm puppets? Could it be that fellow Taoist Lin was able to fight back against the Yin family's attack before because of these puppets?
Previously, he thought that Lin Moyu used the token given by Lei Yiming, but now it seemed that was not the case. Lin Moyu's voice suddenly came from the mouth of one of the skeleton gods.
Senior Lei, the Yin family members, a total of 87 people, have all been eliminated. Yuan Shi was spared.
Lei Sanxiang looked at Yin Mingzong, who was unconscious on the ground.
Do you want to kill him?
Lin Moyu's voice rang out.
He is still useful, keep him for now.
Lei Sanxiang nodded and had no objection to this. A mere Tianzuan 16 couldn't cause any trouble, and this Tianzuan seemed to be a pawn of Lin Moyu. Lei Sanxiang didn't know what means Lin Moyu used to control others, but he wouldn't ask too much. At this moment, the battle in Leiqing had come to an end. Under the strong suppression of the Lei family, the Yin family was completely finished. They didn't even have a chance to escape. Death was the only fate awaiting them. In just half a day, the ancestors and the elders of the Yin family were killed one after another, and the Yin family was completely destroyed. The Lei family's business for so many years was not for nothing. Although there was a great battle in the Daozuan realm, the scope of the battle never expanded. The powerful formation completely encircled the battle area, and the damage to Leiqing was minimal. Only the area where the Yin family was located was completely razed to the ground. Lei Sanxiang also brought Yin Mingzong back to Leiqing. In his opinion, Yin Mingzong was already the last survivor of the Yin family. He didn't know that Yin Mingzong, as a resurrected person, had died once. Lei Zhengying's deep voice rang out in the air.
From now on, there will be no Yin family in Leiqing.
He officially announced that the Yin family was removed from the list. Countless people sighed. The Yin family, once so arrogant, became history in just half a day. The power changes in the origin continent are so cruel. One moment they were still high and mighty, and the next second they were dead bodies or even had no bones left. The Yin family is the best example. In the Yin family, blood and flesh were all over the ruins. Lei Zhengying used the formation to close the area where the Yin family was located, and no one was allowed to approach. Lin Moyu took the token given by the Lei family, got into the formation, and came to the ruins of the Yin family. Lei Yiming and the other three were there in addition to Yin Mingzong. This time, only the three of them from the Lei family took action to destroy the Yin family. Lin Moyu knew that the three of them were not the full strength of the Lei family. Lin Moyu bowed slightly to the three people.
I'm sorry to bother you all for my business.
Lei Yiming waved his big hand.
Brother Lin, why do you say that? The Yin family is a thorn in our eyes, and we have wanted to get rid of them for a long time.
Lei Zhengying glanced at Yin Mingzong.
Brother Lin, why do you still keep him?
Lin Moyu said.
Of course, it's for the Yin family treasure house.
Lei Zhengying showed some surprise.
The Yin family treasure house is actually in his hands?
Lin Moyu said.
It's not in his hands, but he knows where it is and how to get in.
Lin Moyu looked at Yin Mingzong.
Lead the way. Yes.
Yin Mingzong was very obedient and immediately led everyone to the location of the Yin family treasure house. The Yin family treasure house exists in an independent space. If there is no one to lead the way, it is difficult to find it normally. Even if you plow the Yin family repeatedly, you can't find the Yin family treasure house. To open the treasure house, you need some special methods. Lin Moyu also learned this from Yin Mingzong. He was also a little curious about what would be in the Yin family treasure house. The entire Yin family is now a ruin, with traces of lightning and scorch everywhere, and the air is also filled with strong lightning properties, as if thunder will burst at any time. Several people came to the center of the former Yin family. There should have been an exquisite pavilion in the middle of the lake, which was originally a place for people to rest and enjoy the scenery. Now the lake water has been completely evaporated, and even the bottom of the lake has been broken by thunder, and the exquisite pavilion in the middle of the lake has become a pile of rubble. Lei Zhengying said,
I didn't expect that the Yin family would place the entrance to the treasure house here.
Lei Yiming sneered.
The more this is the case, the less likely it will be discovered. I am curious about what is in the Yin family's treasure house.
Lin Moyu said to Yin Mingzong.
Open it. Yes.
Yin Mingzong responded in a low voice, and a lot of blood spurted out of his body. He gathered blood into a seal and crashed into the void. A transparent film suddenly appeared in the empty void. The seal fell on the film and turned into a piece of blood, dyeing the film red. The film melted quickly, and the Yin family's treasure was revealed. Lin Moyu explained,
The Yin family's treasure house needs the Yin family's direct bloodline to open it.
Lei Sanxiang laughed.
That's why fellow Taoist Lin wants to spare his life.
Lin Moyu nodded slightly and looked at the Yin family's treasure house. Powerful auras of origin rushed out from the Yin family's treasure house. Lei Yiming stretched out his hand and grabbed everything in the Yin family's treasure house. A large number of origin crystals and various magic weapons. Most of the magic weapons were of the Supreme Realm and the Heavenly Realm, and there were only 2 of the Tao Realm. In addition, there were some cultivation methods that the Yin family had obtained through various means over the years. The bulk of the Yin family's treasure house was still origin crystals. There were quite a few 5th and 6th level origin crystals, but most of them were ordinary grade, and there were only a few fine grade ones. Lin Moyu lost interest after just a glance. The Yin family's treasure house sounded very famous, but it turned out to be worse than Xiaoye's. Lei Yiming waved his hand.
These things are not worth my Lei family's attention, so I'll give them all to Brother Lin.
Lin Moyu immediately shook his head.
No, I don't need so many, and I didn't contribute anything this time.
Lei Yiming shook his head.
Brother Lin, don't refuse. I'm telling the truth, these things are really not worth my Lei family's attention. If Brother Lin wants to build up his power in the future, various magic weapons are indispensable. Although the things here in the Yin family are not very good, they can be used as a makeshift. If Brother Lin must refuse, then he does not regard me as his brother.
Lin Moyu still refused several times, but in the end, he could not refuse and could only put them all away. He also saw that the Lei family did not lack these things. The Yin family's treasure house was nothing in the eyes of the Lei family. Lei Yiming said,
Okay, without further ado, I will send Brother Lin away. I estimate that the people from the Hanshui Holy Land will come tomorrow at most, and they may blame Brother Lin at that time.
Lin Moyu was a little worried.
The Hanshui Holy Land will embarrass the Lei family.
Lei Yiming laughed.
It's been difficult for a long time. Over the years, the Hanshui Holy Land has made things difficult for us, but they don't have the strength to fight us. Unless their Holy Land doesn't want to continue, my Lei family is not easy to bully.
Lin Moyu nodded.
Then I'll trouble Brother Lei.
A moment later, a teleportation array in the Lei family was activated, and Lei Yiming and Lin Moyu disappeared from Leicheng. 2593 ## chapter 2593. This time, we made a lot of money. In the Hanshui Holy Land, beside a cold pond, Gu Nianshui sat quietly. Her original appearance had returned, and her beautiful face carried a hint of murderous aura. A chill rose from the cold pond, 10,000 meters high, and fell like a waterfall onto Gu Nianshui. She frowned slightly, appearing somewhat uncomfortable. Not far away, a woman stood in the air with bare jade feet. The cold air turned into clouds beneath her, supporting her as she floated up and down. She had a beautiful face, dressed in white, and exuded a chill all over her body, like an ice jade fairy. Gu Nianhai stood aside, not daring to approach. He looked at the woman with respect in his eyes.
Holy Lord, how is Nianshui?
This woman, who looked like an ice jade fairy, was the current Holy Lord of the Hanshui Holy Land. She was also known as Gu Hanyu, the Jade Fairy, or the Jade Holy Lord. Gu Hanyu's voice was as cold as ice.
Someone cursed Nianshui and reduced her luck, which led to her failure in this trip to Leishan. Nianhai, think about it. Has Lin Bing offended anyone recently?
Gu Hanyu looked only in her 20s, but she was actually Gu Nianhai's ancestor. In terms of seniority, Gu Nianhai had to call her grandma. However, with her cultivation, age was meaningless and only realm mattered. Gu Nianhai thought for a moment and suddenly realized.
Could it be that girl?
He recounted the events in Leishan Square, mentioning Xiaowu. He had sensed the power of the void from Xiaowu but was blocked by Lei Zhangying and Lu Fengqing at that time, so he didn't see it clearly. Looking back, only Xiaowu had this possibility.
It is related to that junior named Lin Moyu again.
Gu Hanyu said after a moment of silence, her eyes becoming serious. There are only two possibilities for a heavenly venerable who can manipulate the power of the void to reduce luck. One is to have a corresponding luck-related magic weapon, which is very rare. The second possibility is that this heavenly venerable named Xiaowu achieved her realm through the law of luck. No matter which it is, it has a certain allure for Gu Hanyu. If the luck-related magic weapon is used well, it can be more terrifying than a Taoist realm magic weapon. If it is the second possibility, then it is best for this Xiaowu to be absorbed into the Hanshui Holy Land. Those who achieve the heavenly venerable with the power of the void will inevitably become Taoist venerables in the future. Gu Nianhai said,
They are still in Leiqing. Do you want the Yin family to kill them?
Gu Hanyu replied,
No need to kill them for now.
She looked at Gu Nianshui.
I used the luck of the Holy Land to flush Nianshui's luck, and the curse has been offset. Nianshui's luck will be fully restored shortly.
At this time, Gu Nianshui slowly woke up, having heard all the conversations. She said,
Grandma, let me deal with this Lin Moyu personally.
Gu Hanyu looked at Gu Nianshui with a rare trace of tenderness in her cold eyes.
Okay, let Nianshui handle it personally.
Suddenly, a ray of light flew from afar. Gu Hanyu caught it and obtained the message within. Her eyes showed a trace of surprise.
The Yin family was destroyed.
Gu Nianhai exclaimed.
What happened?
Gu Hanyu said,
It was the Lei family. They destroyed the Yin family with the power of thunder.
Gu Nianhai said,
This time Lei Yiming came out of retreat and mastered the true body of the great Tao. He should have been promoted to the fourth realm of Daozuan. Does he want to go to war with us?
Gu Hanyu thought for a while.
It shouldn't be. Lei Yiming knows very well that even if he is promoted to the fourth level of Daozuan, he will not be our opponent. He destroyed the Yin family, probably to tell us that Leiqing is his Lei family's territory, so we should not interfere.
Gu Nianhai asked,
Isn't he afraid of our revenge?
Gu Hanyu shook her head.
It's strange that he would be afraid. You know who Lei Yiming is. If we really take action, he will definitely fight us to the death. Even if we destroy the Lei family, it will not benefit us.
Gu Nianhai said,
Then how do we deal with the destruction of the Yin family?
Gu Hanyu replied,
The Yin family is the Yin family. We are us. You don't have to worry about this matter. Just take care of Nianshui. I will handle the rest.
She looked at Gu Nianshui.
Nianshui will practice here for another 3 days and then leave. You can't stay for long.
Gu Nianshui responded obediently.
Grandma, don't worry, Nianshui understands.
After Gu Hanyu left, a smile appeared on Gu Nianshui's face.
Lin Moyu, it's interesting.
With the help of the Lei family's spiritual vein, Lei Yiming personally sent Lin Moyu out of Leiqing. The Lei family's spiritual vein spreads 100,000 miles, and Lei Yiming sent Lin Moyu to the farthest point. Lei Yiming said,
From here, go all the way north, about 5 million miles, and you can leave the control of the Han's Hui Holy Land. It's not that I don't want to continue to send Brother Lin, but the Han's Hui Holy Land is monitoring my every move. In the area where the Lei family's spiritual vein is located, I can move freely. Once I leave the spiritual vein area, the Han's Hui Holy Land will find me.
Lin Moyu was a little shocked.
With Brother Lei's ability, can't he hide his own breath?
Lei Yiming shook his head.
There is no way. Han's Hui Holy Land has a magic weapon that can monitor the movements of all Daozuan within the Holy Land. So the next road depends on Brother Lin himself. But I believe that with Brother Lin's ability, nothing will happen. If you build a power somewhere in the future, remember to send someone to bring back a letter, and I will definitely send a gift. Lufeng Chamber of Commerce is a good choice. They are not afraid of the Holy Land. You can find them for anything.
Lin Moyu is no longer a novice who knows nothing about the origin continent. He knows many situations in his heart. The complexity of this world is far beyond his imagination. Now, he only needs to leave the scope of Han's Hui Holy Land, and there will be no danger for the time being. The tentacles of Han's Hui Holy Land cannot reach the territory of One Dao sect. Before leaving, Lei Yiming suddenly reminded again.
You must be careful of One Dao sect. The people in this sect look very kind, but they are actually cruel and ruthless. Try not to offend them. If you do, you must kill them all. This is a sect that will come to the old after beating the younger ones.
Lin Moyu nodded.
Brother Lei, don't worry, I understand.
Lei Yiming left. This place is located at the edge of the Lei family's spiritual vein. If he stays too long, he will be detected by the Han's Hui Holy Land. The magic weapons of the Han's Hui Holy Land monitor the movements of all the Taoist masters in the Holy Land area. Lin Moyu took out the map, checked it carefully, and then turned into a stream of light and flew away. A mere 5 million miles in the big world, not even half a step is needed. But in the origin continent, the speed is limited, the space law is difficult to use, and the space gate cannot be opened. The distance of 5 million miles is not short. This time, the road is not safe. So Lin Moyu took Xiaoye and others into the rule world and didn't let her out. While rushing on the road, Lin Moyu counted the gains of this time. If you don't count, you don't know. Once you count, you will jump.
This time, I made a fortune.
2594, 2594. Hashtag chapter 2594. This saint remembers your breath. Lin Moyu's eyes were extremely bright. He knew that he had truly made a fortune this time. The 3 Daozuns of the Yin family all had pieces of flesh and blood in his hands. For others, these pieces, despite not decaying for thousands of years and containing a lot of energy, had no other use. But for him, the flesh and blood of Daozuns were lethal weapons. Using them to trigger a corpse explosion was enough to kill other Daozuns instantly. This way, even if he faced a Daozun, he would have a trump card to strike back.
What a pity, there are no Dao patterns.
Lin Moyu learned from Tianlei Dao Run that after reaching the Daozu realm, Dao patterns appear in the body. The higher the realm, the more Dao patterns there are. Dao patterns usually appear on flesh, blood, and bones, mostly on bones. They record the Dao of Daozuns. The same flesh and blood, with or without Dao patterns, contain a huge difference in power. The flesh and blood Lin Moyu obtained did not have Dao patterns. He did not know how powerful it would be if he used such flesh and blood to explode the corpse. Would it remain the same or weaken accordingly? Lin Moyu also wanted to try to see if he could restore the Dao pattern by resurrecting the Daozun with the resurrection of the dead. If the resurrected Daozun does not have the Dao pattern, his combat power will be greatly weakened. However, there is no chance to experiment with corpse explosions now. Under the surveillance of the Han's Hui Holy Land, he cannot revive the Daozun.
These things can only be discussed later.
Lin Moyu thought.
The Dao pattern is the embodiment of all that the Daozun has learned. The Dao pattern contains powerful power. But even the Daozun cannot easily use the power in the Dao pattern. Only after reaching the 4th realm of the Daozun can you mobilize the calendar area in the state of the Dao true body. So Brother Lei, who is in the fourth realm of the Dao Zun, can easily crush the ancestor of the Yin family. No wonder those Tianzun were so shocked when the giant power lich showed the Dao true body.
Until now, Lin Moyu knew that the Dao true body was a powerful calendar area that could only be obtained by the fourth realm of the Dao Zun. However, the giant lich does not have such a powerful Dao pattern, so its Dao body is not very powerful and is only slightly stronger than the low-level Tianzun. Lin Moyu thought in his heart.
Brother Tianlei said that there is a special material between heaven and earth, born and raised, and naturally has Dao patterns. If you can get this material and use it to summon elemental liches, maybe you can really exert the power of the Dao body. But materials with Dao patterns are too rare, so you can only think about it.
Lin Moyu felt that he was a little too ambitious. This harvest was already amazing enough. The entire Yin family treasure house belonged to him. There were more than 4,000 ordinary grade origin crystals, more than 1,000 fifth grade crystals, and more than 500 large grade crystals. It's a pity that they were all ordinary grade. There were relatively few fine grade ones, ranging from dozens to hundreds. In addition, there were some magic weapons. There were dozens of magic weapons in the Tianzun realm and 2 magic weapons in the Suizun realm. It's just that there is no time to check them carefully now, and I will talk about it in the future.
I didn't expect that soon after coming to the origin continent, I would become a wealthy man rich enough to make a fortune. With the origin crystal in Syria's hand, my wealth is comparable to that of a 6-star force like the Lei family. So much wealth gives Lin Moyu confidence, the confidence to take root.
In Leiqing, the battle ended. The place where the Yin family was located was blocked by thunder, and no one was allowed to approach. The Tianzun who were watching the excitement gradually dispersed when they saw that there was no more show to watch. Only a few Daozuan could see deeper things. In Lu Fengqing's eyes, invisible forces were surging towards the Lei family. Above the Lei family, there was also a group of invisible forces, which was connected to the origin of the spiritual veins, magnificent and amazing. This is the luck of the Lei family. As a 6-star force, the luck of the Lei family is extremely strong. Moreover, the Lei family controls a 7th-order origin spiritual vein, which suppresses the luck of the Lei family. Anyone who wants to move the Lei family must consider the consequences. Even the Hanshui Holy Land is the same. Once the luck of the Lei family is backfired, the Hanshui Holy Land will also lose a layer of skin. This is also the confidence of the Lei family. They know that the Hanshui Holy Land dare not move them easily. As long as they have a legitimate reason, even if they destroy the Yin family, the Hanshui Holy Land still dare not move them. At most, they will come to the door to ask for a crime and give some compensation, and the matter will be over, and the Yin family will die in vain. The existence of the Yin family is destined to become a victim in the struggle between the Lei family and the Hanshui Holy Land from the beginning, and it is difficult to escape. At this moment, the luck of the Lei family is constantly absorbing the luck of the Yin family to make itself stronger. The struggle for power is not only a struggle for resources but also a struggle for luck. Lu Fengqing had seen through it long ago. After watching for a while, he shook his head gently.
It's none of my business. The Yin family will be played to death sooner or later. It's just a matter of whether they die early or late.
He ignored it and went to the yard where Lin Moyu was. When he arrived at Lin Moyu's residence, he found that Lin Moyu was no longer there. The house was empty.
Hey, where did the brat go?
He had told Lin Moyu before that after the trip to Leishan, he would take Lin Moyu to the Formation Master Association for formation certification. After registering as a formal formation master, he invited Lin Moyu to become a guest formation master of Lufeng Chamber of Commerce.
The brat doesn't seem like a person who would break his promise, but judging from the situation here, he should have left.
Lu Fengqing analyzed the clues in the yard and concluded that Lin Moyu was indeed gone. There were footsteps behind him. Lu Fengqing turned around and saw Lei Sanxiang.
Lei Daoyu, are you here to see Lin Daoyu as well?
He called Lin Moyu a brat, but in front of outsiders, Lu Fengqing still formally called him Lin Daoyu. Lei Sanxiang said,
I came here specially to wait for Lu Daoyu. Oh?
Lu Fengqing was a little confused.
Does Lei Dao you want to see me for something?
Lei Sanxiang said.
Nothing, just came to tell Lu Daoyu that Brother Lin has left. As for where he went, Lei can't tell you. But with the ability of Lufeng Chamber of Commerce, it shouldn't be difficult to find Brother Lin.
Lu Fengqing's eyes turned, and he immediately understood what was going on. He knew that Lin Moyu must have participated in the extermination of the Yin family, so he left first to prevent the Hanshui Holy Land from causing trouble. The Hanshui Holy Land might not be able to do anything to the Lei family, but it could definitely kill him, unless he never leaves the Lei family. So it is best for Lin Moyu to leave. Lu Fengqing smiled.
Lu knows. Thank you, fellow Taoist Lei, for telling me.
Lei Sanxiang nodded.
Today at the earliest, tomorrow at the latest, the Holy Land will definitely come. Fellow Taoist Lu should also leave Leiqing to avoid trouble.
Lu Fengqing clasped his fists.
Thank you, fellow Taoist Lei, for reminding me.
Lei Sanxiang hummed, turned around, and left, and Lu Fengqing also left quickly. He not only wanted to leave here, but also to leave Leiqing, a place of trouble. After they left, the air twisted and a graceful figure appeared. Gu Hanyu looked at the courtyard where Lin Moyu had lived.
The Yin family's affairs are indeed related to Lin Moyu. What an interesting child.
She tapped her jade finger lightly, and the space in the courtyard suddenly changed, and the power of time enveloped the courtyard. On her fingertips, an exquisite ring shone, emitting a powerful power of time. She reversed time and searched for Lin Moyu's traces in the long river of time. But no matter how she looked, she couldn't find Lin Moyu.
Hey, the time mark was erased. Did the Lei family take action? It's interesting. When did the family have the magic weapon of the Avenue of Time? But it doesn't matter. This Saint Lord has remembered your breath and will find you soon. Before that, talk to Lei Yiming first.
2595, 2595.